The exclusive community for singles over 50. Sign up today and receive daily matches you won't want to miss at silversingles.com/radio. silversingles.com/radio.
Need higher quality internet fast? You need Indeed.
This is House Call for Help. A monumental decision. Kids as young as 5 are now eligible.
/credit.
I'll pick you up after school. Okay, I got it.
It's easy to take a day for granted. You and your family are connected by routine, and you stick to it. But what if a disaster strikes without warning? What if life as you know it has completely turned on its head? What if your day's routine is disrupted and you can't reach your family? Have you planned for that? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, it's up to you to be ready. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed today. Learn how at www.ready.gov. Ready.gov. This message brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Ad Council.
Are you getting ready for the hurricane season? Here's a tip from the Florida Psychiatric Society.
If disaster hits your home or family, then stick by the kids. Hold them and hug them. They'll let you know when the hugging can stop. And don't be afraid of the emotions. The reaction to the losses they see in front of them might be even worse if they think more losses will follow. As hard as it may be, kids need to see adults with honest emotions and then with a sense of resiliency. And part of that resiliency is that despite the losses, the sense of family will remain.
The power that crystal meth had over me is baffling. And the only option I was left with was, I can die alone in this misery, or I could try to stop.
Visit our website at drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Fox News, I'm Carmen Roberts. The White House calls it a moment of crisis as Russia continues to amass troops near Ukraine. President Biden will talk with Russian President Vladimir Putin by phone today about the crisis.
The Russian military buildup is fueling fears of a potential invasion. Moscow has made security demands, including denying Ukraine and other former Soviet satellite countries membership in the NATO. The U.S. and allies warn military escalation will be met with consequences.
Fox's Jared Halpern. British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell faces up to 65 years in prison after a jury convicts her of luring underage girls to have sex with Jeffrey Epstein.
We'll always fight to ensure that no one, no matter how powerful or well-connected, is above the law.
Damian Williams, U.S. Attorney for New York's Southern District. America's listening to Fox News.
Is the Fox News Rundown. Now a look at sports.
The NHL is changing up their COVID protocols again. The league announcing yesterday they'll follow CDC guidance regarding those who test positive for the coronavirus, now requiring players to be isolated for just 5 days instead of 10. Players will be required to mask up for 5 more days after that, except while on the ice for games and for practice. The NHL did, however, stipulate that this new guidance applies only if approved by local health authorities. That means that longer isolation times that are currently in place in Canada will remain in place. That's 10 days in all provinces except for British Columbia. It's just 7 days in the home province of the Vancouver Canucks. The International Ice Hockey Federation has decided to scrap the rest of the World Junior Hockey Championships. That's after an influx of COVID cases and the forfeiture of 3 games 24 hours prior to that decision. Kyrie Irving spoke to reporters yesterday after clearing the NBA's health and safety protocols as he gears up for his season debut for the Brooklyn Nets.
When the team approached me, we had a good conversation. And then, they said that we wanted you back, and I said, absolutely. This is always where I wanted to be. I wanted to be playing with the team in whatever capacity I can do that.
Now, Irving remains unvaccinated against the coronavirus, still unable to take the court at the Nets' home of Barclays Center because of New York City's COVID vaccine mandate for indoor venues. Coming up tonight, you got the Peach Bowl, the first of the New Year's 6 bowl games in college football, as Pitt takes on Michigan State. Pitt without quarterback Kenny Pickett, Michigan State without running back Kenneth Walker III, both declaring for the NFL draft and skipping this contest. And also coming up this evening, All Madden, a Fox Sports documentary highlighting the impact impact that John Madden had during his decades in football, airing at 8 p.m. Eastern on Fox, honoring the Hall of Fame coach and broadcaster who passed away on Tuesday at the age of 85. And that's your sports on the Fox News Rundown. Matt Napolitano, Fox News.
What if I told you that I had the solution
with Janice Dean?
Some good Samaritans who helped carry a runner across the finish line in the New York City Marathon makes today's Dean's List. The video shows a man in a black tank top that appears to stumble after nearly completing the incredibly difficult 26.2-mile race. All of a sudden, two men each grabbed the arm of the runner and lifted him up as they all walked towards the finish line. This while many others ran around them. Meanwhile, another man in the video walks behind to make sure the runner doesn't fall back. You can hear in the background the crowd roaring with excitement as the strangers help each other finish the race. Social media loved the moment with comments like, "I was there, we saw this, and cried." It was extraordinary. The New York City Marathon celebrated its 50th anniversary, drawing over 30,000 athletes from across the world. Congratulations to everyone who ran the race and to the strangers who went out of their way to help. You made today's Dean's List. Janice 92.5
Fox News.
It's time for your Fox News commentary.
Jason Chaffetz.
What's on your mind?
A few days ago, President Joe Biden shocked me. Referring to the COVID vaccines, he actually said, thanks to the prior administration. The promise of Joe Biden was his nearly 50 years in Washington, D.C. was going to bring the country together. The promise was he knew how the halls of Congress and the White House worked, and so he was uniquely situated to solve the divisions between the parties. But until a few days ago, there has not been a single mention or effort to engage Republicans. For his part, President Trump expressed his surprise and said he was very appreciative for the kind comments. More importantly, there are tens of millions of supporters of Trump who were surely grateful for even a brief acknowledgement from the current president. It doesn't take much, but when these things happen, they bring us together rather than further apart. And that's good for America. I'm Jason Chaffetz, host of the Jason in the House podcast.
You've been listening to the Fox News Rundown. To hear the podcast version of this program, go to foxnewspodcasts.com. And for all the latest news, go to foxnews.com.
Exergen wants you to know about an important study just released by the FDA. It confirms what the medical community has known all along. Non-contact thermometers are not accurate, and they fail to meet FDA requirements for accuracy in labeling. With new strains of COVID on the rise, we can't afford to tolerate the rampant false temperature readings from non-contact thermometers. You need Exergen thermometers because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
On our first date, we had masks on and kept 6 feet apart. Now, we're a lot closer.
Just like Cliff and Deb, thousands of singles over 50 found their perfect match on Silver Singles last year.
I feel like I'm 20 years old again, and I'm pretty sure she feels the same way.
Rediscover the magic of dating with Silver Singles, the exclusive community for singles over 50. Sign up today and receive daily matches you won't want to miss at silversingles.com/radio. silversingles.com/radio.
This holiday season, Gulf Shore Life is the gift they'll love every month. Give a subscription to Gulf Shore Life magazine.
Jimmy Carter addresses the Camp David Accords between Israel and Egypt that on March 26, 1979 led to a negotiated peace between the two nations, the first between Israel and any of its Arab neighbors.
The countrysides of those lands are free from the litter and the carnage of a wasteful war. Mothers in Egypt and Israel are not weeping today for their children fallen in senseless battle. The dedication and determination of these two world statesmen have borne fruit. Peace has come to Israel and to Egypt.
It's what's in them and how your body aligns from your feet on up.
To hear more history as it unfolds before your ears.
I am
it's the audio archives of Fox News Talk.
If you have foot pain, knee, hip, or back
From the Fox News Podcasts Network. In these ever-changing times, you can rely on Fox News for hourly updates for the very latest news and information. information on your time. Listen and download now at foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you get your favorite podcasts. The Fox News Rundown, a contrast of perspectives you won't hear anywhere else. Your daily dose of news twice a day, featuring insight from top newsmakers, reporters, and Fox News contributors. Listen and subscribe
From early
now by
morning
going
to late at night.
After her conviction in New York on 5 of 6 counts against her for finding and grooming girls for her friend Jeffrey Epstein to abuse. New York Southern District U.S. Attorney Damian Williams.
The road to justice has been far too long. But today, justice has been done. I want to commend the bravery of the girls, now grown women, who stepped out of the shadows and into the courtroom. Their courage and willingness to face their abuser made today's result and this case possible.
Defense attorney Bobby Sternheim.
Obviously, we are very disappointed with the verdict. We have already started working on the appeal, and we are confident that she will be vindicated.
Maxwell remains in isolated federal custody in Brooklyn, where she's been since July 2020. President Biden is scheduled to talk with Russia's president this afternoon at Vladimir Putin's request about security assurances Putin wants regarding Ukraine. Russian troops are positioned on the border there. Florida House Republican Michael Waltz tells Fox.
Talking point one is we're going to impose costs now. Lethal aid is moving now. And this is not something you're going to easily get away with, Vladimir Putin. And number two is engaging with the new German government about the Nord Stream 2 pipeline.
That pipeline would send natural gas to Europe through Germany and still needs approval from that government and the European Union. Another 2,184 U.S. coronavirus deaths are reported by Johns Hopkins University yesterday.
Cases of COVID are up, but hospitalization rates have not kept pace.
All indications point to a lesser severity of Omicron versus Delta.
Dr. Anthony Fauci warns with a surge in cases, hospitals can still become overstressed. Jared Halpern, Fox News.
A 14-year-old boy considered armed and dangerous is wanted for the murder of 3 other teenagers at a convenience store in Garland, Texas. His father turned himself in, accused of driving his son to and from the scene. America's listening to Fox News.
Calling out political theft by the left. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
New crash coming out of Lee County. This is on South Tamiami Trail and Jamaica Bay Boulevard, or 41 as you know it. 41 heading north and southbound, getting quite congested. Florida Highway Patrol is on scene telling us that traffic in the right lanes heading both north and southbound is facing some roadblocks. So avoid this area if you can, because it's getting quite hairy. Unfortunately, there are some injuries confirmed on the scene as well. Also watching traffic continue to build from that crash earlier this morning on Palm Beach Boulevard and State Road 31. Speeds around 10 miles per hour. If you're heading westbound on Palm Beach Boulevard, expect some major delays in that area. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a foggy start this morning, the fog will lift away as we head throughout the remainder of the morning, and certainly as we head towards the afternoon, revealing a mostly sunny sky and another warm day. Highs back to 84 degrees for today. We keep it a mainly clear sky and dry conditions as we head into your Thursday evening. Friday morning featuring some additional fog to start the day, looking mostly sunny throughout the afternoon for your Friday with a high of 85 degrees. New Year's Eve plans Friday night looking great, mostly clear. Temperatures cooling back into the 60s as we head into your Saturday morning, with warm weather persisting as we head into the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need, the host you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
People who suffer with back or neck problems, whether that's pain, numbness, or weakness, deal with something that can be frustrating. Pain wears us down. It can affect our relationships with family and friends. It's not fun to be around someone who's always complaining about their backs. Don't resign yourself to having to live with pain. In my office, Johnston Spinal Care, I successfully treat the worst of the worst, those who get injections, nerve-burning procedures, or even surgery. And now they're back, golfing and living life. If there's a treatment that is extremely effective for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, or neuropathy, wouldn't you want to see if it can help you? Non-surgical spinal decompression is now in Southwest Florida. Safe and painless, more than just a temporary fix. Long-lasting relief that can finally heal the condition, regardless of age. Take the time right now to call my Medicare-friendly office for a no-charge telephone consultation about spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Lusk, Drasites, and Telesano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Telesano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Telesano. ldtlaw.com.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with Grace with Bob Grace, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon to get the answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with Grace, a Trifound company, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for
your support for veterans in the military.
Educating us.
Standing up for conservatism.
Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. That is the talking text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. Thank you so much for watching, subscribing to the podcast, and subscribing to our channel on Rumble. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so I'm waking up, and there's a lot of things that are going on this morning that I want to touch on. Yesterday, you had the State Surgeon General, Joseph Ladapo, was on Fox News. He was talking about the calls on the federal government to stop actively preventing distribution of COVID therapeutics. Like, this really isn't. I mean, I know we touched on it yesterday. We've talked about it. He talked about it last night on Fox, and I want to play some of the audio because it's almost hard to believe that at a moment in time where we have been told that now is the time that we have to start having states be in control. Now that we have to not rely so much on the federal government. You know, Joe Biden telling us that. And that maybe say, hey, federalism. Remember CNN yesterday was like, oh, we're waking up to federalism. That wasn't a flip-flop for Joe Biden. It was federalism. It's about getting the state. No, that's not what it was. And so we have all of this happening. And we all understand that states, everybody's being affected. We all know that. But why would you stop actively distributing, distributing COVID therapeutics to the state of Florida if we have them? I don't mean in the state, I mean federally. If they're available, why are we taking away if there's enough to go around for everyone? And whether or not those states are even deciding to use them. That's just a question. So we're going to get into that coming up. We'll hear some of the audio. Also, you probably heard yesterday the CDC doing it once again. The CDC director dropping what many people are calling a bombshell about COVID testing protocols and weighing a lot of those into question and PCR tests. And now we come to find out the newly updated CDC guidelines don't require testing at the end of isolation because the PCR tests can stay positive for up to 12 weeks. Boy, I got questions. I got questions. Jake's got questions. I've got questions. You've got questions. We all have a lot of questions, right? Don't we? Some of the obvious questions that we're going to talk about this morning, like, hey, if you could test positive for up to 12 weeks, and you're telling me that you have to have negative testing results let's just say to if you're going to do things in certain states, if you're going to travel, go to a restaurant. If you're not vaccinated, then you have to show proof that you're getting negative tests and all of the things that we're hearing globally. But we come to find out PCR tests can stay positive for 12 weeks. Hey, are we doing something wrong? I'm just asking. So we'll get to that coming up as well. But I'm waking up this morning and hearing about this story, and this is getting bizarre. Now, Jake the Millennial back at the studio, did you, maybe you haven't heard about this, so this might be new to you as well. So there's a man this morning that is hospitalized after being bitten by a tiger at the Naples Zoo?
I haven't heard anything about that.
All right, you ready for this? Okay, so apparently yesterday, as I'm looking at Wink News has the story. They were talking about it live on the air just a little while ago, and now I'm looking at the story. Okay, so the tiger, they shot and killed the tiger, 8 years old, and the man being treated at Lee Memorial. Spokesperson for the Naples Zoo told Wink News that there is a scene unfolding, an incident at the zoo. I guess there's somebody in their 20s, a man in their 20s, was either petting or feeding the tiger when it grabbed the arm of the man and pulled him into the enclosure. This happened yesterday, I guess around 6:30 p.m. It was a first attempt to get the tiger to release the man's arm, but was the sheriff's office was forced to shoot the tiger. But I guess the strange, here's where it just gets a little weird. And I guess it's breaking news from last night and then overnight. We're going to get more details as the day progresses. I'm just reading what's here on the website at Wink News just to try to understand all of this. Because the Naples Zoo sent a statement to Wink News regarding this attack. And here's what it says. The evening after the Naples Zoo closed for the day, a member of a third-party cleaning service contracted by the zoo. So a third-party cleaning service contracted by the zoo suffered serious injuries when he entered an unauthorized area near a tiger that was inside its enclosure. The cleaning company is responsible for, get this, cleaning restrooms in the gift shop, not the animal enclosure. So you're not supposed to be. I'm just putting this out there. A third-party cleaning service. You're there to clean the gift shop, the restrooms. I don't know that there's any. Well, are there people that think that if you're going to go to a zoo and clean up at the zoo, that the enclosure where tigers are is where you need to sweep up? So you're not supposed to be in the animal enclosure. Preliminary information indicates that the man was either petting or feeding the animal, both of which are unauthorized and dangerous activities. I'd say so. Petting? What was this person thinking? I have a hard time believing that the zoo, well, clearly the zoo didn't say to them, yeah, that's an area you need to clean. It's unauthorized. It's pretty obvious not to go there, but this person did. First deputy on the scene kicked the enclosure, tried to get the tiger to release the man's arm from his mouth, but the deputy was forced to shoot the animal. Man in his 20s, seriously injured. Listen, this is a horrible thing, a horrible situation. And I'm just surprised as I'm waking up to hear this news, and I'm sure we'll have more as the day and days progress. But yeah, entering into the tiger's enclosure, but they're only responsible to clean the restrooms in the gift shop. But somebody decided that okay. As we hear more this morning, I'll let you know. All right. It's horrible. 239-479-5592. All right. This is also not a good thing. On the heels of more information that is coming out about the CDC, PCR tests, a lot of people have been talking about this for a while. We've had Jennifer Cabrera from Rational Ground and the Alachua Chronicle on this program, who has been keeping track of COVID since the beginning, along with many other great individuals. We've been talking about PCR tests and how they work and the sensitivity of those tests and the concerns that many people have, how many false positives have been out there, how many different people that we're told have been COVID positive or some of the cases and the case numbers, the huge case numbers we heard from in the past, and whether or not these are the actual numbers. And maybe people are positive, but it's about infections. And so now we come to find out that there's changes there. But we still haven't gotten rid of Delta. Everybody understands that. 20% apparently. Over 20% of COVID cases in the southern U.S. are Delta. This is even according to the Centers for Disease Control's most latest estimate. So based on that, why in the world would you do what the state surgeon general is claiming, which is that the Health and Human Services Secretary, Becerra, has been, I guess, sent a letter saying, listen, why are you limiting our ability to receive specific monoclonal antibody therapies? Like, why are you doing that? We are no way, shape, or form away from Delta. So why are you doing this? It was the Florida Surgeon General who was asked this last night on Tucker Carlson's program.
You know, that's a great question, and I don't know the answer to it. What I do know is that it was a terrible decision. I mean, it's actually a completely ridiculous decision. You have a situation right now around the country where you're in the middle of a surge, and unfortunately, there's a lot of fear and panic out in the community again. And it's not all Omicron. So there's still a lot of Delta variant out there, and you take away an effective treatment for Delta variant. So it completely baffles me. It absolutely makes no sense, and it makes me wonder about who's running the agency.
Who's running the agency? What is happening here? Why in the world would they decide to do this? You know, it doesn't make any sense. Again, when we have the numbers that show that we're talking about 20% right now in the southern U.S. of cases are Delta cases. So why would you take away the opportunity for us to have these monoclonal antibody therapies? And if your suggestion is it's because we have a whole lot of cases up north, and we know that New York, as much as people want to say that Ron DeSantis, he's missing. We don't know where he is. He's not talking about what's going on here in the state. Lots of cases, there's tons of cases everywhere. And New York has way more cases than we do right now. It's not about cases. It's about hospitalizations and deaths. And if you look across the country, you see time and time again, as governors are talking about this, that hospitalizations are down, that ICU visits are down as far as COVID-related, deaths are down. We're not seeing all of that in this case surge. But we do know that unless you're telling us there's not enough to go around, why are you denying the state?
Well, yes. I mean, the bottom line is that if people need a treatment, and actually, you know, there's an even better example than Florida. There's the whole country. So there's been evidence for monoclonal antibodies and other treatments that people can take outside of a hospital for COVID for at least a year. And this includes fluvoxamine, it includes inhaled budesonide. There are randomized clinical trials, good evidence. You know, ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine are more controversial, but they've been so politicized that it's just hard to see what the science is actually saying. But these have been available for over a year. And so, yes, if you deprive people of treatment, it's the tragedy of this pandemic. If you deprive people of treatment, they're more likely to get severely ill. And that's unfortunately the model that the leadership in this country at the public health level has stuck to.
It seems that's the big issue right there, everybody. That they're sticking to what appears to be, and let's just say it again, they're just sticking to what appears to be it's vaccine only. Therapies are not part of the discussion on a federal level. And unfortunately, as Dr. Joseph Ladapo has mentioned there, the Florida Surgeon General on Tucker Carlson's show last night. But listen, unfortunately, if we're not going to get these therapies, we know how well they've worked in the state of Florida. We know how well they work across the country. That if we don't have these, then there is a concern that people will get sicker than they should be. And that is something that's unacceptable if these treatments are available. So why this is happening, You would hate to think that it's all politically driven. You can't imagine that that would be the case. But unfortunately, too many people in positions of authority have not given us the opportunity to think different. It's just, especially when you have people who continue to, and I'd say that you might look at Dr. Fauci as being one of them, who, what was it, last night or yesterday afternoon on CNBC was asked if maybe there was a communication error in everything, that maybe the communication from his office, him himself. Well, what about this?
I wondered whether you felt there had been a communication error from government officials throughout this pandemic by suggesting initially that the primary reason to get vaccinated was to prevent you getting COVID at all, as opposed to reducing the severity.
Well, I think it was the question of what people interpreted.
Our data from the CDC today suggests, that vaccinated people do not carry the virus, don't get sick.
The 94 and 95% efficacy in those trials was prevention of symptomatic disease, not prevention of infection.
That when people are vaccinated, they can feel safe that they are not going to get infected.
Question of what people interpreted.
The fact that we know now that these vaccines are highly, highly effective, number one. Number two, they're really, really good against variants.
Question of what people interpreted. There was a lot of people understandably felt that I'm not going to get infected at all. Now, that could have been done better communicating to the public, I admit.
And so,
oh, gosh, okay. I could go on and on. People interpreted? It's what everybody was saying. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast, and subscribing to the show on Rumble. That's where you can watch us right now. Coming up, we will have more on this bombshell dropped by the CDC and testing protocols and how all of that is changing. One representative in Congress tricked the left into exposing the president of the United States with what's being described as a savage troll. Who did that? And wait till you hear it. That's going to be coming up as well. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right.
This
all
Fox
along.
Business Report is presented by the Darda Real Estate Group at dardagroup.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
You get a chance to kick off the new year as a multimillionaire. No one won last night's Powerball jackpot, so it rolls over for a drawing on New Year's Day worth an estimated $483 million. Publix says it'll start offering paid parental leave next year. The New York Post reports a survey of 3,000 CEOs shows nearly 72% of them fear losing their jobs next year due to COVID-related business disruptions. Consulting firm Alex Partners says that's up from 52% last year. Analysts at Gas Buddy predict you'll pay more at the pump in 2022, with the national average topping out in June of more than $4 a gallon. And the Dow and S&P 500 closed at records while the Nasdaq fell 15 points. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report, invested in you.
Are you ready to list your home for sale? What if you could receive a guaranteed offer on your home with no showings, no open houses, and no stress? Contact the Darda Group at dardagroup.com to learn about their guaranteed offer. The Darda Group has 30 years of experience and consistently ranks in the top 3% of real estate agents in Lee County. Find out if your home qualifies for a guaranteed offer and how you may receive an offer in as little as 24 hours and close escrow in as little as 21 days. No home prep, no showings, no open houses. You control when your home is sold and when you move. Learn more about this elite real estate team and the guaranteed offer at dardagroup.com. Don't wait. Schedule an appointment at dardagroup.com. That's dardagroup.com. A Compass Realty broker.
It's Rod Star Harley's pre-owned year-end clearance event this week. Hundreds of Harleys red tagged with blowout pricing. Good credit or bad credit, no wholesalers, no auction fees. Only customer trades to get the best pricing possible at Rod Star Harley's pre-owned year-end clearance event. It ends New Year's Eve. Unapproved credit.
That's you, looking at your garage door. Seriously? We get as far as the door and you're already disappointed? Squeaks like crazy, jams up half the time, grumpy old motor and chain and tracks. But hey, look on the bright side, it's also ugly. You know we make them better now, right? Like everything else in your house? You got a new car and a big new TV, a new smartwatch that talks to your new smartphone. But your garage door, oh, you just let that cranky old thing keep beating itself to death every single morning. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Modern DC motors that are way quieter than that squeaky old AC motor that can barely do its one job. Quiet belt drives instead of that clanky old chain. Your garage can be something you're actually proud of. Like, hey, check out my new garage. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come over and make it right. I promise, I won't answer the phone myself.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast. CDC yesterday dropping some new science on PCR tests. What did they say? What do we have here? Hold on a second. Let's see if we can pull this. What did the CDC director say?
With all of that science together, we moved forward with isolation recommendations of 5 days of isolation followed by 5 days in a mask. Now, the question of why we didn't include a test there is simply because we know that PCRs can stay positive for up to 12 weeks.
Wait, what? Excuse me? They can stay positive up to 12 weeks. So the reason why they're saying 3 days after you just wear a mask, don't test again, is because PCR tests stay positive. How long has everybody known this? How long have they known this?
So we would have people in isolation for a very long time if we were relying on PCRs.
We have seen lots of questions. A lot of questions. What's going to happen when it comes to specifically being places, going someplace? What if you're going to go somewhere and you need a negative test to fly, let's just say 48 to 72 hours, and now you've got something that's lingering for 12 weeks, and this is going to pop up as a positive, but you're not somebody who's infectious, so yeah, lots of questions. People are questioning the science. We're not allowed to question the science, but we're really questioning the public health bureaucrats. All right, well, we'll question them more coming up.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company, but all the roofers were so overwhelmed they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, 4 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free tolerance inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. Call Papa now for our free tolerance inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free tolerance inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Area code 239-945-2700.
License number CCC 1326213.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's no need to panic. You didn't miss it yet. Sutherland Nissan's $8,000 buyback is here through Monday, and then it's gone for good. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral and get $8,000 more for your vehicle than it's worth. And just announced, Florida's #1 certified pre-owned dealer has what you want. Shop our biggest selection ever. Get new car nice and a used car price with 2020 and 2021 Rogues in stock.
Hurry to Sutherland and shop over $6 million of used car inventory. And through Monday only, $8,000 more for your trade. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car mega store. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Cape Coral inventory combined. See dealer for details.
Hey guys, it's Robbie Raw. As an RN and health and fitness expert, I know that self-care from head to toe is so important for a healthy, fit lifestyle. One of my secrets for staying active, fit, and pain-free are my amazing art supports from the Good Feet store. It's not just about which shoes you wear, it's what's in them and how your body aligns from your feet on up. I'm telling you, these were a game changer for me. I am as active as ever, and I feel like myself again. If you have foot pain, knee, hip, or back pain, the first thing you should do is visit the Good Feet store for a free personalized fitting and test walk. I'm not going to stop living my best life anytime soon, nor should you. To be the best version of you, you need to take care of yourself, and the Good Feet store can make that happen. And by the way, when you feel great, you look great, and that's the raw truth. Learn more and find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com.
Fox News, I'm Carmen Roberts. A jury in New York convicts British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell of trafficking underage girls for sex with her former boyfriend, Jeffrey Epstein. Federal prosecutor Damian Williams.
I want to commend the bravery of the girls, now grown women, who stepped out of the shadows and into the courtroom.
Maxwell's attorney says she will appeal. Analysts at Gas Buddy predict you'll pay more at the pump next year.
They say in 2022, an average household will spend more than $364 more to fill up than it did the previous year. The worst month will be June, when the average price of a gallon of regular could top $4 a gallon.
Fox's Jeff Flock. And no winner in the Powerball jackpot. Saturday's drawing worth an estimated $483 million. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Lots of crashes coming out of Lee County at this hour. First one in North Fort Myers, Littleton Road near Corbett Road. Seeing some injuries and roadblock. Avoid that area if you can. Another one on Bayshore Road and I-75, also in North Fort Myers. Doesn't appear to be causing any issues. And the last crash I want to mention, Treeline Avenue South and Daniels Parkway, just off of Daniels rather. Possible injuries and roadblocks, so avoid that area if you can or leave early. It's causing some northbound delays on Treeline Avenue. Also very foggy start, so use caution on your morning drive. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a foggy start this morning, the fog will lift way as we head throughout the remainder of the morning, and certainly as we head towards the afternoon, revealing a mostly sunny sky and another warm day. Highs back to 84 degrees for today. We keep it a mainly clear sky and dry conditions as we head into your Thursday evening. Friday morning featuring some additional fog to start the day, looking mostly sunny throughout the afternoon for your Friday with a high of 85 degrees. New Year's Eve plans Friday night looking great, mostly clear. Temperatures cooling back into the 60s as we head into your Saturday morning, with warm weather persisting as we head into the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. When you hear air conditioning companies bragging about their certified technicians, they're not actually telling you the truth. What they really mean is they have EPA certifications just to work with Freon, which is required. The only recognized certification in this industry for air conditioning is the NATE certification. And unless they're certified, they're not. If they don't have it, it's because they couldn't pass the test. If you want the best, you call Kobe Cooling, because our team is NATE certified. At 239-482-1542, we won't mislead you with false claims about their credentials. Their NATE certification is on their ID. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949, locally owned and operated.
It's time to drive in first-class style in a brand-new Genesis luxury sedan or SUV. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples, and we're the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation for two very good reasons: our professional sales staff and our incredible selection. Like the all-new Genesis GV70, named Motor Trend's 2022 SUV of the Year, it features incredible performance, athletic styling, and superior technology. Or check out the all-new Genesis GV80, luxurious and pushes the limits of style and performance with all-road capability and show-stopping design. Also, according to J.D. Power, the G80 ranked #1 in initial quality among upper mid-size premium cars. Test drive a G80 and see for yourself. Genesis of Naples needs to be your first choice for luxury. So please visit us on Airport Road or online at genesisofnaples.com.
Based on January 2021 retail sales. For J.D. Power 2021 US award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
Have you ever had pain down your legs or into your hips and thought, why is this happening? There's a large nerve that comes out of your back that runs down into your leg called the sciatic nerve. This nerve can get compressed by a bulging herniated disc, arthritis, stenosis, or scoliosis. This causes sciatica, which eventually can lead to back, leg, or hip pain, weakness, or numbness. Avoid the band-aids like anti-inflammatories, spinal injections, or painful surgery. Sciatica, as well as bulging disc neuropathy and stenosis, can now effectively be treated with non-surgical spinal decompression at Johnston Spinal Care, 596-BACK. Spinal decompression decompresses the discs and nerves, allowing them to heal. FDA cleared, safe and comfortable. Make a decision to live life without pain. Call my office, Johnston Spinal Care, for a free telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. New Year is around the corner. I want to tell you about my friends at Britt's Carpet Outlet, who can bring you a new look for your floors. So look, you got the winter season around the corner here. You got family, friends, people coming from up north. You got parties. You got good stuff to do. So now is the time to get that beautiful luxury vinyl floor installed to handle all the extra traffic. Whether it's feet or children beating the hell out of your floors like mine do. This is the vinyl floor that can take it. It looks great, it wears great, and it is waterproof. So spills or pet accidents do no damage at all, and cleanup is as easy as a damp paper towel. We love these floors. Brits offers luxury vinyl plank in literally hundreds of colors and styles to match any decor. So to match your style, just bring a scrap of fabric or slipcover to Brits Carpet Outlet. They're in Fort Myers and Cape Coral. Brits always features great low prices. And 2022, by the way, marks their 50th year in business. Shop Brits Carpet Outlet soon, and be sure to tell them that Trey Radel sent you.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website. You can watch right there. You can subscribe to our channel on Rumble and watch anytime you want. We appreciate it. Hey, coming up, do we have anything to worry about when it comes to China and examining our brains? Like literally, like they're going to have a technology that can read our minds, that could fire weapons without actually pulling a trigger, but doing it with their brains. That's not really. Yeah. Apparently, there's a story about that, but nothing to worry about. Everything is fine. We're good. Everything is a-okay. Nothing to worry about here. We're just fine. We've got other things we have to focus on. No, really, it's a creepy story. I don't even know where it is. I was just going to touch on it for a second, and now it is. Oh, there it is. Yeah. What could possibly go wrong? China's working on brain control weapons. Brain control, everybody. So we'll get to that story in just a second. Breaking news from last night leading into today. The jury in the Ghislaine Maxwell case, convicting her, found guilty on 5 of 6 sex trafficking charges. Conspiring to entice minors. She faced 6 felony counts, and 5 she was convicted of. And 4 of Epstein's victims testified in the trial, and they talked about exactly what he was doing. And she was targeting and grooming them, and specifically getting into each case. Now, it was Janine Pirro who was commenting on Fox last night when the verdict came down.
Well, my first thoughts have to do with the victims in this case and the survivors, I should call them. That this is testifying in a criminal case and then having a jury believe you is one of the most healthy, therapeutic, and cathartic things that can happen to a victim of a sex crime, especially the women who have tried to find justice for decades against these animals, because that's what they are. They are animals. When you're a predator and you're a pedophile and you're enticing young women, or at least entering into a conspiracy to transport them and to commit sex trafficking of minors, then you are no better than an animal.
There's no doubt about that in this case, and everything that we have heard about in this case and everything going on with Jeffrey Epstein. There is no doubt how horrific this case is. But there's another part of what Judge Janine said last night on Fox that is the big takeaway in this story, because a lot of people are asking, who's going to speak for the remaining victims now? And there's some other people we'd like to hear about.
This is the kind of case that not only sends a message, but what is most important right now is sitting down the United States attorney and trying to figure out who are the other men who these young girls were in a position or were forced to service.
That is a big question, right? Who are the other people? What about the other names? What about these other individuals? How are we even going to find out about them? How do we now find out about who else is involved with this story? And she goes on to say, now let it go for a second.
And that's the next case, and that's the next prong. And let me say one thing, and I was very vocal about this a while ago. Alexander Acosta was the United States attorney in the Southern District of Florida who took the case against Jeffrey Epstein away from him when the local DA had the case, and they had 13 young women willing to testify. And the feds came in and took the case, and Jeffrey Epstein got away with it. It would have ended there, but it didn't because of politics.
Because of politics. It didn't end there. How much are we dealing with when it comes to politics? How much are we dealing with that here in this case right now? The media is going to shut this down. That's it. It's over. Case is done. She's guilty. There's an appeal, but it's over. They're moving on. But there are some people that are saying, well, hold on a second. The details of the network that Jeffrey Epstein had has been ordered sealed. The FBI uncovered 20,000 images from his place in Manhattan at Epstein's mansion. There have been multiple hard drives that have been collected by the FBI, multiple CDRs. All of the evidence now, everything that, well, people thought, well, here we go. We're going to have all of this exposed during a trial. No. All of it is locked down. It's sealed. How are we ever going to find out about the people that were using this network, that were connected in this network? The politics that Janine Pirro there, Judge Janine, was talking about last night, and many other people are talking about, is what now? Did politics play a role in this, where it was set up specifically so that she would go to trial? She would be found guilty. None of this evidence would ever see the light of day. None of the names of the individuals involved would ever see the light of day, and it's gone. And as Jennifer Van Leer at Red State was talking about in an article about this from last night, if the Southern District can find a way to get sealed documents from the Project Veritas case and illegally seized attorney-client communications to the New York Times, surely they'd be able to find a way to get details of Epstein's network out to a hungry media. Unfortunately, for those who want the story to go away forever, there are people and institutions outside of their jurisdiction who have that information. There are people that want this story to go away. Like, it's done. That's it. We're not going to hear names. We're not going to find out about powerful people, names that have been dropped throughout this whole thing. It's done. That's it. And how, again, listen, I'm not saying that it's, Jack Posobiec was talking about, listen, this isn't an investigation. It's a cover-up. Is that what this is? Because it seems very strange. And it's okay to talk about these things. Because people want answers. They want to believe that things like this don't happen. Why is it that, as he brought up, James Comey's daughter was named to head the Ghislaine Maxwell trial? Haven't heard of any leaks, although trials leak all the time. Nobody was talking. Nobody said a word. We haven't heard a peep out of anybody. That's it. It's done. She's in jail. She's going to be found guilty. She's going to be locked. Listen, and she should be. Don't get me wrong. But what about everybody else? What about all the others that we won't hear about? And like Jennifer Van Leer at Red State said, unfortunately for those who want this story to go away forever, there are people and institutions outside of their jurisdiction who have the information. And will we ever see this? Well, you certainly are hopeful that this isn't the end of it, but who knows? 239-479-5592. You know, and even when we talk about certain issues with regard to how people's voices are being shut down for all kinds of reasons, people and information that we would like to have on a whole host of issues. Come to find out yesterday that Dr. Robert Malone is the inventor of the mRNA vaccine technology. Now, you would assume that if the doctor who invented the mRNA vaccine technology that everybody is taking right now, this vaccine, and an mRNA technology that has been doing just incredible things in cancer research, in other places, that you would imagine if that doctor had an opinion on vaccines and his views regarding COVID vaccines, that as the person who invented this, then you would imagine it's a voice you want to hear, right? I mean, if he was going to state a scientific opinion, you'd really like to know about it. So why is it that his account was suspended by Twitter? For what possible reason could you have? What could he have possibly said to shut down his Twitter account? It's a social media purge that seems to be happening in a lot of different ways, in a lot of different places. And in just a little while, we're going to talk a little bit more about this and some of the others that are being silenced. Because it doesn't make any sense that if he had something to say about the vaccines, concerns about the vaccine, concerns about what is something that is prevalent that we see, which is the concerns of people's health with regard to taking the vaccine afterwards, some of the myocarditis that is out there that is happening, and And not saying there are a ton of cases or anything like. What I am saying is that there are concerns that he has. He invented the mRNA technology. He has concerns about a lot of different things. The speed at which this vaccine has been presented. And somehow he's not allowed to express that to the point where Twitter shuts him down. Now, granted, he's got other places to go. So if you're saying, well, what's the big deal? It's just Twitter. Who cares? He can go on to Getter. He can go to other places. He can go on people's talk shows. And he will. And he's got a Substack account where he explains all of this. But it is something that, when it comes to this issue specifically, and where we are now, boy, I'll tell you what. It's fascinating how we aren't hearing more voices in science. We aren't hearing more about what is happening. Somehow we're finding out that people's voices are getting shut down, that things are getting closed down. Look, there's going to be a reckoning with all of this. The silver lining in this is that there is that reckoning that happens. The reckoning is that the American people, the world globally, people see what's going on. They're taking to the streets when it comes to mandates. They're taking to their school boards because they have something that they want to say about the way their kids are being educated. People are speaking out, and they're going to speak at the polling place as well. And there's some news on that we're going to get to in just a little bit. But these are the kind of things that you're not going to hear a whole lot about voices being silenced. John Solomon, Just the News, the founder of Just the News, his account was shut down for 12 hours. Why? He shared something that was quote-unquote unsafe. What was it? Well, we'll talk about that coming up. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. You can watch right there. You can subscribe to the podcast, and please subscribe to our channel on Rumble. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along with traffic. I believe we have Taylor Words.
Taking a quick check of our bridges throughout Lee County this morning. Edison and Caloosahatchee bridges not giving us anything to talk about, not showing any congestion until you get into the downtown Fort Myers area. Midpoint and Cape Coral bridges also smooth sailing there. The Midpoint Bridge usually backs up in about 30 minutes or so, but because of the holiday, it's been an easy ride these past few days this week. If you're headed out to Fort Myers Beach, Matanzas Pass over that Big Blue Bridge, not showing any congestion or traffic at this hour. And if you're going out to Sanibel, the Causeway showing an easy 4 minutes onto the island, 4 minutes off at this hour. Also, fog all over the road, so use extra caution while driving. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, after some fog this morning, look for that lifting out and revealing a mostly sunny sky for this afternoon. A warm one for today. Temperatures will be topping off near 84 degrees, a solid 8 degrees or so above our average this time of year. As we enter your Thursday evening, we keep it dry, mostly clear with some additional fog for your Friday morning and a high of 85 for your New Year's Eve. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
In Florida, we know a thing or two about championships.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
And here in Southwest Florida, we have our own championship team, My Shower Door. My Shower Door has made the Inc. 5000 fastest growing businesses in the United States for the 6th time. And because of that growth, My Shower Door needs more teammates. My Shower Door is a family business, making frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida with a staff of 130 plus. So if you're ready to join the championship team, check out the jobs careers link at myshowerdoor.com.
Sales department, Marty speaking.
Marty?
Yeah, what?
You won't believe who's in our showroom.
Who?
Santa's here at Victory Lane Chevrolet in Fort Myers.
Santa?
Yes.
From the North Pole?
Yeah, the big guy. He's here trading in his sleigh for a new Chevy.
Okay, why?
Well, Victory Lane pays over KBB for trades. Way over. Plus, he marked every Chevy with a red tag for an additional $500 off.
Hey, tell Santa to come here.
He won't, because there's a Grinch in your showroom.
Where is it?
Look in the mirror.
Oh, boy.
Don't miss the Chevy Red Tag event at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Get 2.49% financing and no payments for up to 120 days on every new Chevy in stock. Plus our goal, 100% credit approval. Don't miss the Chevy Red Tag event happening now at Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com.
All offers with credit to GM. Offers cannot be combined. See dealer for details. It's 12/31/21.
Hey, it's Tim Cooper with Health Plan Network.
The open enrollment for Affordable Care Act plans is ongoing now until January 15th. The new 2022 plans have buried their benefits behind even higher deductibles with limited plan options. You can spend thousands of dollars out of your pocket before you see anything paid by those plans. There is another option. My Freedom of Choice plan puts most of your coverage up front, where you only meet a deductible if you're in a hospital, you pick your doctors, and it's 30 to 60% lower cost than Obamacare. If you're paying for your own health insurance, uninsured, on COBRA, or your employer coverage is too expensive, call me, Tim Cooper, at 239-268-6712. That's 239-268-6712, or go to healthplannetwork.net. That's healthplannetwork.net, and we can custom design a plan managed by you, not the government.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, Jake, I'm going to ask you this question. Jake the Millennial back at the studio. I'm going to ask you a very simple question. And because I trust you with technology, I trust you knowing everything that is tech savvy, the interwebs, Al Gore's internet. You don't even know who Al Gore is, do you? You have no idea. When I say Al Gore's internet, you're not even sure what I'm talking about, are you?
I know he's a liar.
Okay, well, there's that. Good for you. Okay, that's true. Yeah, because I think it was 10 years ago? We only had 10 years to live because of climate change and the climate crisis. And anyway, here's the point. Is it time or not for semi-trucks to be out on the road with no humans on board? Is it time or is it not for semis to be out on the highways of the United States of America, making a trip without any person on board and no human intervention during a trip?
And you're asking me, right?
I am asking. Well, yes, I just said you.
Well, here's the thing. My family they were all still to this day. A lot of my great uncles and my grandpa, they were all truck drivers. So
Yeah.
I can't sit here and say that.
I didn't say if it's a good idea, bad idea, because obviously we love truck drivers. Look at everything that is around you right now. A truck brought it to you, people. Okay, so if you've got something negative to say about truck drivers, you need to shush it, because that is the engine that keeps this country going. Thank you very much. See what I did there? A little on brand, kind of like right all along. Yeah. Okay. So a semi completed an 80-mile route in Arizona with no human on board during a trip using this new technology. That is the first successful, fully autonomous run truck, a Class 8 vehicle, a semi, on open roads with no human beings. Nobody was there. They did it at night. Nobody got involved. They let it go. It drove for 80 miles, and it made it to its destination, a semi. Nobody's driving it. Are we sure we're ready for this right now? I'm not saying it's not going to happen. You can't stop it. But are we ready right now? I mean, have you seen how the pipelines have been shut down and the concerns about electrical grids and things like that? Are we really sure we want to have roads filled with autonomous semis at this moment in time right now? I'm just asking the question because it's happening.
92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
National Exterminators Theater presents The Godfather's Christmas Carol.
Wait, what's that? I must be dreaming.
Yeah, you're not dreaming, wise guy. It's me, Rats of the Rat.
I thought I whacked you a whiles back.
Yeah, I'm a ghost. Here to warn you and the boys at National Exterminators about some special visitors tonight.
Great, now I may never get back to sleep.
Yeah, and what about me, Bugsy the Roach, the pest of Christmas past? Yeah, I'm gonna haunt you and the boys that rub me out too.
And remember us? The Anthill Mob. We're the ghosts of pests in the present. We'll be all over if you don't hire an exterminator.
And me, Godfather, Tony the Termite, the ghost of pests to come. I'm gonna chew up the place because you didn't hire National Exterminators.
I know this movie. It's just like A Christmas Carol. This can't be true, because when me and the boys at National Exterminators rub you out, you stay out.
Your Christmas Carol doesn't have to be a nightmare. Call the boys at National Exterminators at 46 No Bug. That's 46 No Bug. And from the gang at National Exterminators, Merry Christmas.
I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Unfortunately, many drivers in Florida do not carry liability insurance or have limits of insurance that are insufficient to cover your injuries. Uninsured motorist is valuable coverage that you can purchase to protect you in those instances. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Fort Myers, Naples.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with Grace with Bob Grace, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon to get the answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with Grace, a Tri-Found company, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
When there's nothing left that makes any sense. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
She could spend the rest of her life in prison. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted in New York of sex trafficking and other crimes related to recruiting girls for her friend Jeffrey Epstein. U.S. Attorney Damian Williams.
This office will always stand with victims, will always follow the facts wherever they lead, and will always fight to ensure that no one, no matter how powerful or well-connected, is above the law.
Maxwell's maximum sentence is 65 years.
Defense attorney Bobby Sternheim said this decision will not be the last word.
We firmly believe in Glenn's innocence.
The defense has maintained Maxwell is being punished for the actions of Jeffrey Epstein, who took his own life before standing trial on sex abuse charges. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
The Biden administration is asking the Supreme Court to decide whether it can be forced to continue with the Trump-era Remain in Mexico immigration policy to have immigrants wait on the other side of the border until their asylum claims are heard. A federal appeals court this month ruled the policy must be enforced, but a new executive memo issued by President Biden has no legal effect. There's a tornado risk in the south from 2 rounds of storms today through the weekend. There is storm damage already overnight in parts of Alabama.
We've got damage, but everybody's coming together, and we're going to be fine.
Wilson, Alabama Police Chief Brett Burleson. The lottery jackpot keeps on growing.
You get a chance to kick off the new year as a multi-millionaire after the last Powerball drawing of this year finished with no jackpot winner. The next drawing on New Year's Day is worth an estimated $483 million. And if it adds a mere $5 more, the jackpot would be in the top 20 of all lottery prizes. Powerball's grand prize has been growing since early October, when one ticket in California won nearly $700 million.
Fox's Carmen Roberts. America's listening to Fox News.
This Fox News update is presented by Freedom Dental of Fort Myers. Online at freedomdentalftmyers.com.
Wink News. Traffic.
Still watching a few crashes throughout Lee County this morning. In North Fort Myers, I-75 and Bayshore Road, we have a crash. No reported injuries or roadblock, but it is causing some delays heading eastbound on Bayshore Road, so watch out for that. Another crash in the North Fort Myers area with injuries and reported roadblock, Littleton Road and Janet Drive. Now, this is not in a main area, not a commonly used road, but just be wary if you are in that area, may want to avoid it. And lastly, in Fort Myers, a crash with injuries on Treeline Avenue, not causing any delays on Treeline, but I am seeing some delays heading westbound on Daniels Parkway right above that. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a foggy start this morning, the fog will lift away as we head throughout the remainder of the morning, and certainly as we head towards the afternoon, revealing a mostly sunny sky and another warm day. Highs back to 84 degrees for today. We keep it a mainly clear sky and dry conditions as we head into your Thursday evening. Friday morning featuring some additional fog to start the day, looking mostly sunny throughout the afternoon for your Friday with a high of 85 degrees. New Year's Eve plans Friday night looking great, mostly clear. Temperatures cooling back into the 60s as we head into your Saturday morning, with warm weather persisting as we head into the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Got friends and family living far away? Tell them to stream the best station yet at rightallalong.net, the online home of 92.5 Fox News.
You'd think an Army veteran with a military career including multiple combat deployments throughout the Middle East would be a great American. And you'd be right. But Joe Vanderbosch also happens to be a great dentist. An Army veteran of 8 years, Dr. Joe now makes his home in Southwest Florida, where his wife Sarah grew up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch, Freedom Dental on Metro Parkway in Fort Myers. In the Army, I received extra training in order to provide dental care in virtually any condition. That's why I can manage many dental treatments without the need to refer to a specialist. I served my country proudly for 8 years. Now I want to serve you in your dental needs. Special discounts for former and active military without dental insurance.
Dr. Vanderbosch provides emergency care and is now accepting new patients for cleaning, extractions, crowns, implants, and more. Find them online at freedomdentalfortmyers.com. That's freedomdentalfortmyers.com. Dr. Joseph Vanderbosch. Go to freedomdentalfortmyers.com.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. You know, a long time ago, in one of our first commercials, my father had a little slogan at the end that said, if you have any trouble, just call Poppy. Well, Poppy's not here to take your call, but Pop is. So if you have any trouble with any of our team members, or you just have a question, I'm not one of those owners that hides from the public. You can call me anytime at 239-482-1542, and I'll come to your home and visit, or I'll try to help you over the phone. If you have any trouble, just call Pop. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949.
Lusk, Drasites, and Telesano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Drasites, and Telesano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Drasites, and Telesano. ldtlaw.com.
Let's hear from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
People who suffer with back or neck problems, whether that's pain, numbness, or weakness, deal with something that can be frustrating. Pain wears us down. It can affect our relationships with family and friends. It's not fun to be around someone who's always complaining about their backs. Don't resign yourself to having to live with pain. In my office, Johnston Spinal Care, I successfully treat the worst of the worst, those who get injections, nerve-burning procedures, or even surgery. And now they're back, golfing and living life. If there's a treatment that is extremely effective for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, or neuropathy, wouldn't you want to see if it can help you? Non-surgical spinal decompression is now in Southwest Florida. Safe and painless, more than just a temporary fix. Long-lasting relief that can finally heal the condition, regardless of age. Take the time right now to call my Medicare-friendly office for a no-charge telephone consultation about spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do. And
thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for your support for veterans in the military. Educating us. Standing up for conservatism. Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast. So much to get to this morning, including, I mentioned this yesterday, and I've got to say this again, that yesterday we brought up the fact that you need to be ready because the issue of elections in this country are coming up once again. And we're looking at 22 and 24, and the Democrats have pivoted. I talked about this. It's so important, especially here in the state of Florida. If you think that Ron DeSantis is a shoo-in, if you think all the people that you would like to see in elected office locally are going to be definitely people that are going to have your values because they have an R after their name, or they claim to be a Republican, or they claim to be a conservative. Yeah, no. You've got to vet people a lot better than that, and you have to be prepared for what is going to be an onslaught of Democrats going to their bag of tricks. And their bag bag of tricks is about voting rights. And we mentioned it yesterday in this article that, this segment on Fox News that I played yesterday, if you missed it.
The fight over voting rights returns to center stage as Democrats try to hand the president a legislative win.
21st century Jim Crow assault is real.
Democrats say a number of red states passed restrictive voting laws this year. In Georgia, the controversy cost a state Major League Baseball's All-Star game.
Yeah, you see where this is going, right? But wait a minute now. Remember this clip.
As a countermeasure, Democratic lawmakers are pushing legislation that would create an automatic voter registration system, ban photo ID requirements, create nonpartisan redistricting commissions, and prevent states from rolling back pandemic voting practices.
Are you following this, everybody? Are you listening? Are you paying attention? Democrats want to push now in the new year. I mean, I'm talking just like that. They want to create an automatic voter registration system. They want to ban photo ID requirements, and they want to prevent states from rolling back the pandemic voting practices that some might say helped them in 2020. Oh, yeah, it did. And oh, yeah, that's what they want to do. And on the heels of that, we've got Stacey Abrams, who yesterday was talking about the same thing. This is a major push for Democrats, and I just want you to be aware of it. Don't think that because immigration is not in the headlines right now, that everything along our southern border is absolutely fine. No. It's just as bad as it was before. Nothing has changed. When you're talking about the voting rights push, Democrats are not talking about it. No. They're walking and chewing gum at the same time. Something that we need to get used to and watch, and not be focused on the shiny object in one specific spot, but to be all over the map. And listen to Stacey Abrams yesterday. She's talking about this on MSNBC. You should care about this.
Working very closely with members of the U.S. Senate to ensure that they both understand the urgency of the moment, but that we recognize the complications of the structure of the Senate. And that's why we need to frame this as a restoration of the Senate.
Wait. The complications of the structure of the Senate. You know what that is, right? You know, the complications of the structure of the Senate, everybody, is that it's 50-50, right? That's the split. She doesn't like the split. That's not good. We need more senators that are going to be on Democrats' side. They got to frame this restoration of the Senate here.
This is not about breaking tradition. It is about protecting the fundamentals of our nation.
Protecting the fundament. I just read to you what they plan on doing. Does any of that sound like it's protecting the fundamentals of the nation? To not be able to see a photo ID? How many things do you do right now and you have to do with a photo ID? And Stacey Abrams is saying, no. We got to protect the fundamentals of the nation. But you don't need a photo ID. Absolutely. Excuse me?
And that for those who may have some hesitation, we have to find a way to restore the Senate without undermining overall the capacity of our nation to function. And I think the U.S. Senate is working towards that. I know that the leadership in the Senate has been in deep conversations with its members and that we are working towards a path to get this done. But what's most important is...
What's most important? Now listen.
That we stop framing this as a partisan battle. This is not about partisanship. This is about patriotism.
This is about patriotism. So Stacey Abrams wants people to believe that it's patriotic for you to not have to show a photo ID to stay in the pandemic situation when it comes to voting and voting restrictions, that we need to stay there, not change anything. Yet we have to do all of this, and we have to have universal voting. Anybody that if you're breathing, you're going to be universally able to vote. Listen. This is how they are talking about this now, because they are just as worried as they should be when it comes to how 22 and 24 is going to turn out. And it sure feels like the only way that Democrats are going to win, the only way the progressives, the leftists, the Democrats, all the same thing, the only way that they're going to win is if... I don't want to say cheat, because that's kind of rude. That's rough. That's not very nice. Let's just say they got to get creative. And they need people to get on board with them to be creative. There's a poll out right now that's looking even worse for this president. We know that he's not going to be doing well with Republicans, but he's not doing well across the board with a variety of other groups, including, listen to this, independents and Hispanics. Some of the numbers that they're showing right now for the president of the United States, and by default for Democrats and what is possible in 22 across the board, is a huge failure. and the numbers are just unbelievable. This civics poll that is a very progressive poll, it's bad. It's even worse than the Real Clear Politics average, which was already bad enough at 43% approval to 54% disapproval for the president. And even Trafalgar's 40% versus 55% disapproval. It's even worse right now. The split among independents is actually worse in this poll, with 63% disapproving, a gap of 37 points. But one other thing that they're starting to realize, Democrats are, is that they're losing what they believed was going to be a very strong base. Remember, we talked about the southern border. We talked about the issues of illegal immigration and how Democrats all, for the longest time, feel like this is all something that they're going to be in their corner coming into this country. You might want to pull back and hold off a second. Wall Street Journal article, Hispanic voters in this Pennsylvania city are shifting towards the GOP. Both parties want to know why. Huh, really? In Reading, Pennsylvania. Joseph Nunez at first didn't like Donald Trump. Couldn't stand the guy. Didn't like the way he spoke about Hispanics or people in general, he said. But by 2020, he became a fan of Mr. Trump's style and priorities, and he voted in favor of giving the president a second term. So did many other Latino voters in this working class city who had once backed Democrats or skipped elections altogether. Now, they're sifting through the 2020 election results. The 2020 election results that we all know are, there's been some questions. The emergence of these newly Republican voters is setting off alarm bells with the Democrat Party. Well, what's going on here? How is this possible? How do we have this shift? New calculations are saying that when Joe Biden then won 61% of Latino voters, the shift towards the GOP meant he carried the group by about 750,000 votes less than Hillary did. And it's only eroding from there. It's not getting any better. The one thing that they're finding out right now is that the social constraints that were once a barrier to voting Republican have eroded, in large part because the strong economy during much of Mr. Trump's term caused many Latino voters to give the party a second look. Quote, you have a set of Latino voters who weren't especially partisan and who had seen it as socially unacceptable to vote for Trump in 2016, said one Democrat-aligned researcher. My friends and family will be mad if I do this. You need to have justification. Well, they got it. They got it in the economy. They got it in the things that were tangible. They got it in the things that they see each and every day when they go to the grocery store, when they go to the pump, when they go to see their family, all of the different things, when they travel. When you suggest or think that all is lost because a narrative has been pushed out there that these individuals who a party has decided to put in a box as a group, because that's what the party does, because they don't look at you as individuals, they look at you as a group that goes in a box, which is pretty twisted when you think about it. That when the narrative is all of them are going to vote Democrat because why? Because you're going to give them free stuff? Because, you care about them more? Really? As individuals, they see a president right now who doesn't care about them at all. Well, how can you say that, Drew? That's really? I can say that because what administration would do the things that they're doing right now when it comes to inflation, when it comes to prices at the pump, when it comes to prices on store shelves, all the things that are generated by an administration that wants to spend, and spend some more, Build Back Broke. That's not tangible to any individual when it comes to a party who cares. When somebody says, I'm going to make your life easier, better, less regulations, we're going to kind of step away from you a little bit and let you do your thing. And then it gets done like the last administration was able to do. That means something to everybody across the board. And that's what Democrats are starting to see now. And oh boy, they don't like that. They're going to have to stop that. Well, how are they going to stop it? Because if your policies are the things that are causing it, you only have one out. Well, maybe you have a couple, but you have one good one. That seemed to work the last time around. Man, if you could get some voting rights legislation passed, something that could, I don't know, tip the scales in your favor when it comes to how people vote. Yeah, that may be your only shot. Because the tangible's not working. 239-479-5592. That is the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast at Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Hey, when we come back, a little bit more on the CDC and some of what we heard yesterday. The King Fauci had some things to say with regard to vaccines and PCR testing and 5 days instead of 10 days and how, hey, listen, maybe we should all let you go out and work a little bit. We don't want everybody home because then we're not going to have really. Is that what you're saying now? We'll talk about that. Plus, if you didn't hear the news from yesterday, I said that I was going to be fighting for you and fighting for cameras in schools, microphones in schools. I want people held accountable. And if you missed it from yesterday, we got a House bill. We got a House bill here in the state legislature. We're going to talk about that coming up as well. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here is Taylor Wirtz.
Watching a few crashes with injuries in Lee County this morning. First one on Treeline Avenue South, just off of Daniels Parkway. Traffic on Treeline Avenue heading northbound, seeing a few spots of congestion. More so, though, on Daniels, just above that, heading east and westbound, where we're seeing the majority of that traffic. Another crash in North Fort Myers, not in a commonly traveled area, but avoid it if you are headed that way because there is roadblock and there are reported injuries, Littleton Road and Janet Drive. Now, throughout this area, Florida Highway Patrol is issuing travel advisories due to the fog this morning, as well as Collier and Charlotte counties. So use extra caution because visibility is low out there today. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, after some fog this morning, look for that lifting out and revealing a mostly sunny sky for this afternoon. A warm one for today. Temperatures will be topping off near 84 degrees, a solid 8 degrees or so above our average this time of year. As we enter your Thursday evening, we keep it dry, mostly clear with some additional fog for your Friday morning and a high of 85 for your New Year's Eve. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Duncan's Diamonds After Christmas Sale, where you'll find unbelievable diamonds and fine jewelry at huge savings. Going on right now at Duncan's Diamonds. Incredible savings on fine jewelry and sparkling diamonds. Come see this enormous selection of engagement rings and wedding bands, diamond earrings, bracelets, and necklaces. Amazing savings. When selecting your diamonds and fine jewelry, you absolutely want them to be perfect. Why settle for anything less than the best? For top quality and exceptional value, visit Duncan's Diamonds today and save. It's the perfect time to shop Duncan's Diamonds with our great layaway plans. And we're open New Year's Day for your convenience. Come and celebrate your love with us and go into the new year with more sparkle. Don't miss Duncan's Diamonds After Christmas Sale. Happy New Year from all of us at Duncan's Diamonds. In Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
In Florida, we know a thing or two about championships.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
And here in Southwest Florida, we have our own championship team, My Shower Door. My Shower Door has made the Inc. 5000 fastest growing businesses in the United States for the 6th time. And because of that growth, My Shower Door needs more teammates. My Shower Door is a family business making frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida with a staff of 130 plus. So if you're ready to join the championship team, check out the jobs careers link at myshowerdoor.com.
Hey guys, It's Ruby Raw. As an RN and health and fitness expert, I know that self-care from head to toe is so important for a healthy, fit lifestyle. One of my secrets for staying active, fit, and pain-free are my amazing art supports from the Good Feet store. It's not just about what shoes you wear, it's what's in them and how your body aligns from your feet on up. I'm telling you, these were a game changer for me. I am as active as ever, and I feel like myself again. If you have foot pain, knee, hip, or back pain, the first thing you should do is visit the Good Feet store for a free personalized fitting and test walk. I'm not going to stop living my best life anytime soon, nor should you. To be the best version of you, you need to take care of yourself, and the Good Feet store can make that happen. And by the way, when you feel great, you look great. And that's the raw truth. Learn more and find the location nearest you at goodfeet.com.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, in the, hey, we're not worried about this at all. Everything is fine. Nothing to see here. Move along. Apparently, China is a little worried. Well, the U.S. is a little worried about China. U.S. officials issue a chilling China warning that they are militarizing, quote, mind control weapons and brain machine interfaces. But nothing to see here. Everything is fine. Go back to your World of Weapon Crafts Part 17, the deluxe edition. Metaverse video game that you can. Hey, can you do that, Jay? Can you are you able to go into the world of Supercraft Part 17, the deluxe edition on like Oculus? Like you can go in there and kind of jump into that place. Is that something you can do now with like Oculus?
No.
Oh, you can't do that. So like Oculus doesn't have any like shoot 'em up games. It's just like walking around in different worlds and kind of seeing people. In these like cartoon character kind of things. Is that what it is?
Yeah, maybe they have some shoot 'em up games, I guess.
Probably. Well, anyway, so just moving on. Just go back to that because nothing to see here. Fox News national security correspondent Jennifer Griffin filed a report on China's research late last week. It sounds like a sci-fi thriller. New intelligence shows China's using technologies like gene editing and brain machine interfaces to enhance military capabilities and control its own people. Machines that could allow a Chinese commando to discharge a weapon with just a thought, not a trigger finger. But listen, we got to talk transgenders, everybody. That's what we need to focus on, the woke. We got to get our military focused on the woke, and we've got to make sure that that's where we need to be, because everybody knows that that's what's going to win a war. That's what's going to get us ahead. And if we keep focusing on that, then we won't have to worry about the biotechnology that's being used right now to further their objectives. Biometric surveillance tools, facial recognition to track dissidents and journalists, suppress the Uyghurs. That's a lot of what is happening right now. As a matter of fact, there was a video out, and I don't know if you had a chance to see it, where in China, this is kind of alarming, where they paraded people, I guess, who were out. What did they do? They had people who were dissenting for lockdowns. They didn't want to be part of the lockdowns that were happening in China, so they found them. I guess they covered them in hazmat suits, put a picture on their back and on their chest of them. They're covered complete hazmat. You can't see them. And paraded them around the streets for everybody to see. Listen, we got to concentrate on the woke, everybody. Let's go. Come on. Critical race theory, diversity, equity, inclusion. We got to jump in both feet. Come on now. Oh, there's news on that as well. I want to get into this a little more too. Coming up.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Are you suffering from chronic joint pain like Heather?
I have terrible arthritis and have had it for quite a while. And I've gone to all kinds of doctors trying to figure out what to do. And everybody just said surgery. And surgery was months of rehab. And I didn't want to do that.
But then Heather discovered QC Kinetics, local medical professionals who specialize in natural biologic treatments, non-invasive solutions designed to repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. And she absolutely loves the results.
I like to tell anybody who's suffering that there are options that are not steroids, that are not surgery. You owe it to yourself to find out about QC Kinetics and find out what they can do for you.
No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Discover QC Kinetics and learn more about natural biologic treatments with lasting results.
Call QC Kinetics 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. Don't wait. Call today. QC Kinetics 239-893-PAIN.
Hi, I'm Ty Lassiter, CEO and managing partner of Key City Capital. And we have been actively investing in strong cash flowing real estate right here in South Florida for over 10 years. And if you're like us, you're looking to achieve strong investment returns in your portfolio, but you definitely don't want to take aggressive risks. Well, Key City Capital was founded to achieve this goal, and we have done that since inception. For over 10 years, we have generated safe, secure, consistent double-digit returns for our investors without risking a penny of their principal. And we can do that for you too.
Call Key City Capital today to reserve a spot for our next dinner event. Call 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Check us out online at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
As 2021 comes to an end, it's the perfect time to evaluate your current insurance coverage and expenses. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. At CIG, we want to make sure you have the best coverage at the lowest rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. It might make dollars and cents to switch providers. At Chapman Insurance Group, we can save you money for the same or better coverage.
Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Fox News, I'm Carmen Roberts. President Biden will address the growing crisis over Russian troops near the Ukraine border when he talks on the phone today to Russian President Vladimir Putin.
The senior White House official saying President Biden will also make clear that we are prepared to respond if Russia advances with the invasion of Ukraine.
Fox's Trey Yingst, one of Ghislaine Maxwell's victims, says she finally got justice after a jury convicted the British socialite of sex trafficking for Jeffrey Epstein.
One of the women who alleges she was trafficked by Epstein tweeted, "I will remember this day always. Having lived with the horrors of Maxwell's abuse, my heart goes out to the many other girls and the young women who suffered at her hands." Fox's Matt Finn.
And no winner in last night's Powerball jackpot. So Saturday's drawing is worth an estimated $483 million. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Watching a few crashes with injuries in Lee County this morning. First one on Treeline Avenue South, just off of Daniels Parkway. Traffic on Treeline Avenue heading northbound, seeing a few spots of congestion. More so, though, on Daniels, just above that, heading east and westbound, where we're seeing the majority of that traffic. Another crash in North Fort Myers, not in a commonly traveled area, but avoid it if you are headed that way because there is roadblock and there are reported injuries. Littleton Road and Janet Drive. Now, throughout this area, Florida Highway Patrol is issuing travel advisories due to the fog this morning, as well as Collier and Charlotte counties. So use extra caution because visibility is low out there today. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a foggy start this morning, the fog will lift way as we head throughout the remainder of the morning, and certainly as we head towards the afternoon, revealing a mostly sunny sky and another warm day. Highs back to 84 degrees for today. We keep it the mainly clear sky and dry conditions as we head into your Thursday evening. Friday morning featuring some additional fog to start the day, looking mostly sunny throughout the afternoon for your Friday with a high of 85 degrees. New Year's Eve plans Friday night looking great, mostly clear. Temperatures cooling back into the 60s as we head into your Saturday morning, with warm weather persisting as we head into the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach, and I want to share some thoughts with you as we head into the holiday season. It's been a tough year for our country. We're 2 years into a global pandemic. We've witnessed an escalation of racial tensions culminating in riots around the country, deepening partisan divisions, and assaults on our basic freedoms. It's also been a tough year for families, as inflation has reached a 30-year high and the cost of consumer goods has soared. But these dark clouds have a silver lining. For me, COVID helped bring into sharper focus those things that truly matter in life: faith, family, friends. Everything else pales in comparison. So this season, I'd encourage you to think about what matters most. Spend a little more time with your loved ones, hug your kids a little tighter, and appreciate that every day is truly a miracle. This is Spencer Roach, and I wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year filled with hope for the future. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach, P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
National Exterminators Theater presents The Godfather's Christmas Carol.
Wait, what's that? I must be dreaming.
Yeah, you're not dreaming, wise guy. It's me, Rats of the Rat.
I thought I whacked you a whiles back.
Yeah, I'm a ghost. Here to warn you and the boys at National Exterminators about some special visitors tonight.
Great, now I may never get back to sleep.
Yeah, and what about me, Bugsy the Roach, the pest of Christmas past? Yeah, I'm gonna haunt you and the boys that rubbed me out too.
And remember us? The Anthill Mob. We're the ghosts of pests in the present. We'll be all over if you don't hire an exterminator.
And me, Godfather, Tony the Termite, the ghost of pests to come. I'm gonna chew up the place because you didn't hire National Exterminators.
I know this movie. It's just like A Christmas Carol. This can't be true, because when me and the boys at National Exterminators rub you out, you stay out.
Your Christmas Carol doesn't have to be a nightmare. Call the boys at National Exterminators at 46 No Bug. That's 46 No Bug. And from the gang at National Exterminators, Merry Christmas.
What if I told you that I had the solution to ending abortion? Since 1974, Community Pregnancy Clinics strives to do just that. I'm Scott Beyer, proud CEO of Community Pregnancy Clinics. We're a life-affirming medical organization throughout Florida, providing real crisis pregnancy solutions. With over 20,000 lives saved since our beginning, 7 clinics across the state, Community Pregnancy Clinics is the largest provider of free pro-life pregnancy care in Florida. How do we do this? By providing care, compassion, and choices with our professional medical staff. By supporting community pregnancy clinics at supportcpci.com, you're declaring women deserve better than the lie of abortion. You're funding real, life-affirming services, helping women build a brighter future and saving their babies. This is how we can end abortion, one life at a time. This Christmas season, I ask you to support a woman in crisis with a generous donation by visiting supportcpci.com. There's no greater gift than that of knowing you helped to save a life. Visit supportcpci.com today.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
All right, I want you to remember the number 239-479-5592. Because coming up in about 10 more minutes or so, we're going to play Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD, because today we do have a couple of gift certificates for you. We've got some Alda's Restaurant and Bar gift cards. Breakfast for 2 gift certificates, a $35 value. Alda's Diner, you probably heard about it in Naples. It's a great place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And you could even talk politics there. I love that. It's located at the corner of Vanderbilt Beach Road and 951 in beautiful Naples. So if you want to play Drew's College and win, that will be coming up in about 10 more minutes. Look, we said all year, and as more and more people were showing up to their school boards to demand accountability, to know exactly what's going on over the summer, the transgender bathroom issue that we had here in in Southwest Florida schools. You know about CRT running rampant, the concerns that would be happening. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. It is something that is all over the place, and we're told that we need it. We got to have it. Diversity, equity, inclusion. It's the three words you have to remember. That is another way of saying critical race theory. This notion that anything and everything that we have done in society as a nation has to be taken down, eliminated, because we are an inherently racist country that was designed and put together by racist individuals, and that our Constitution, our way of life, the Declaration of Independence, everything that we know and love and hold dear, the rule of law, the Constitution, you got to trash it, and you've got to start again, because it was racists that put this together, and that is something that we've got to. So everything is. That means, and again, I can't focus on this enough. Remember, that means that even the decisions that were the good decisions that we have made in this country over our history, Supreme Court decisions, congressional choices, anything that people would look at even as good and positive decisions are no good. All of it is bad. Has to be. Because all of that was made possible by a system that was created by racists that has to be destroyed. So that is not a society we want to encourage and live in, as far as, and I'm talking about the fact that we don't want to encourage school districts to be teaching that to our kids. The idea of diversity, equity, and inclusion, critical race theory. No. We don't want that. And as people started to show up to school board meetings this past year and started to make sure that their voices were being heard, that the threat of the DOJ against people who would go to those school board meetings, the weaponization of the DOJ, nothing could be more dangerous than that. You speaking out. We said on this program, and I said many times, I said, listen, it's time. We have to have the ability to have video cameras in public school classrooms, microphones. We need to see and hear exactly what is going on in our classrooms. It's time. I'm sorry that these are public school classrooms, and it is time that we do this. And thanks to State Representative Bob Rommel, we are making that happen. House Bill 1055. I told you I was going to push legislators in this state. I was going to push people to try to put something and present a bill to the legislature, and we've got it done. House Bill 1055 has been presented now. Video cameras in public school classrooms. It authorizes school districts to adopt policy to place video cameras in public school classrooms, provides requirements for such policy, and provides for viewing video recordings. The DOE, school district, school, and certain employee responsibilities. This is going to be something that is going to hold school districts accountable. This is where we are going to be able to step up to them and say, we want this to happen. We want to adopt policies to put these in place. We want to find out what it's going to cost. We want to go through all the... Listen, it's already been done. The pilot program was already done in Broward County. So for anybody to say it's an impossibility, it's not going to happen, we can't do this, it's already being done. So the precedent has already been set. So don't say that. So this is great news. I told you we were going to do this, that we are going to... we're not messing around, that we're going to push this forward. And so we're going to keep an eye on, and I would hope that you would keep an eye on this bill as well. Encourage House members, senators to back this, to get companion bills in place, to be able to move this ball forward. I believe that this is something that is needed, and I'm so happy to see that Representative Bob Rommel has stepped up and said, okay, I'll file it, and it is filed. So that is, that is amazing news. We found that out yesterday, so just in case you missed it. All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Hey, a couple of other things that are going on. Oh, by the way, before we move on to this Lauren Boebert audio, or actually, it was a tweet. basically tricking the left into exposing Biden with a savage troll. This was Red State that had this article, and I'm going to talk about it in a second. I wanted to go back to the issue of communist China and the CCP now working on brain control weapons. We come to find out through some articles, Jennifer Griffin over at Fox News National Security Desk, talking about intelligence showing that China's using technologies like gene editing, brain-machine interfaces. Before we move on, I wanted to mention that with this and what they are doing, and who knows what else China is doing. But I will say this, how do I put this the right way so that you understand exactly what I'm trying to get across? Okay, here it is. When you have a godless nation, when the state is your God, when your faith, your religion is destroyed, as communist nations do, because the worship needs to go to the leadership. The worship needs to go to the government. God does not exist. It is taken out of the public square. It is taken out of public life. Generations go by that don't know anything about it. It is a godless nation. When you have a godless nation, you will do things without care that would be some of the most outrageous, disgusting, horrific things that you could possibly imagine, because it doesn't matter to you, because there is no morality. It doesn't exist. The morality is whatever the government believes. Does that make sense? In other words, if you're talking about gene editing, brain machine interfaces, you're talking about some of the things that you would have to do to human beings, some of the things that you would have to do in editing and splicing and surgeries and things that I don't even want to discuss, and things that are happening behind closed doors. I don't know, maybe some things with bats and things like that. I'm just suggesting that you will do things without regard for morality, because it doesn't exist. It doesn't matter, because you are godless. And I think a lot of the fear that we should have in this country is that we are dealing with a nation that is doing just that, and is willing to do some of the most unspeakable things to be able to get the dominance that they desire, to be the dominant nation, to take us down. That's not exaggeration, everybody. That's not exaggeration. All right, 239-479-5592. I'm just putting that out there. All right, we should concentrate on other things. Look, at least you don't have women that are now the winningest woman on Jeopardy, but it turns out that they're not a woman. The transgender contestant now becomes the iconic game show's winningest woman. What? On Friday, Jeopardy contestant Amy Schneider scored big. $706,000. The financial feat took Amy to the heights above the former top player, Larissa Kelly. She collected $655,000. She was the most winning woman ever to appear on the show. But now, Amy has taken her place. The highest earning female contestant in game shows, in the game show's 57-year run. Congratulations to her all around. Everybody's congratulating her. So not only do we have transgenders dominating in sports like in swimming, but we also now have transgenders dominating in Jeopardy. We have now the most winningest individual there in Jeopardy, who is, well, it's a... And the question becomes, how much longer do we do this? How much longer does it happen? Now, if you're following TikTok, if you've been looking at any of the TikTok memes and TikTok videos, you may come to realize that the left and those that are the progressives, the left, the woke, the transgender community, there's some pretty radical individuals there who are telling you that, listen, you're going to have to take it. You don't have a choice. It's going to happen, and you might as well just sit down, and that's it. It's done. It's a done deal. It's on the way. We're teaching your kids how awesome it is. Some might say, at least they do on TikTok, that they're grooming the kids so that they feel and understand that this is how it is and this is the way life is. And you may even be one yourself. You could be one right now. You could be one anytime you want to be. And I'm not exaggerating once again, because that is a lot of what is happening. Will society ultimately push back? Will we push back against all of the things that have been happening when biological males are suddenly now the most winningest woman on Jeopardy? The biological male that is now all of a sudden the record-breaking swimmer in collegiate sports. The stories go on. And I might suggest that there is a little bit of a change happening. I don't know whether it'll be Jeopardy or big change, anything like that. But certainly with sports, we are seeing that happening. We're hearing more about the teammates of Leah Thomas, who's the transgender swimmer, is considering boycotting the final meet in protest. Leah Thomas's teammates are considering this. So it's going to take that kind of stepping out that will make the difference ultimately. And we will see. And may I just say this before we go to break, which we're going to do right now, and it's this. If you're listening to the sound of my voice and others who are talking about this issue, do not mistake what we are seeing and what we think as somehow hatred towards you. Because we can talk about this, disagree with this, but not be spiteful, angry, hateful, because we're not. But there are some things that do have to be talked about openly and honestly. You don't have to do it in a mean way. Doesn't have to be mean-spirited. And that's not how we're doing it here. And a lot of people that I know feel the same way. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching, subscribing to the podcast. All right, Jake, let's do this right now. Let's take caller number 9. If you would like to play Drew's College, we will open up the phones right now. 239-479-5592. Caller number 9, you'll play Drew's College, and you will win, just for playing, breakfast for 2. Gift certificate of $35 value to Alda's Diner, otherwise known as Alda's Restaurant and Bar, located on Vanderbilt Beach Road in 951. Caller number 9. You can play right now. Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Taylor Woods.
A very foggy start if you're out on the roads in Cape Coral this morning. Florida Highway Patrol issuing travel advisories for Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties. So if you are out there, use extra caution because visibility is low. Not seeing any significant delays to impact your morning drive throughout the Cape. Main slowdowns I'm seeing Del Prado Boulevard, pretty much north and southbound. Anything north of the Midpoint Bridge is where you're going to see those slowdowns. The most congestion I'm seeing, though, Andalusia Boulevard, speeds around 25 miles an hour. We are kind of in the orange, not the red zone, but definitely an orange slowdown situation. Other than that, though, should be an easy commute throughout the Cape wherever you're going this morning. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, after some fog this morning, look for that lifting out and revealing a mostly sunny sky for this afternoon. A warm one for today. Temperatures will be topping off near 84 degrees, a solid 8 degrees or so above our average for this time of year. As we enter your Thursday evening, we keep it dry, mostly clear with some additional fog for your Friday morning and a high of 85 for your New Year's Eve. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
In Florida, we know a thing or two about championships.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay!
And here in Southwest Florida, we have our own championship team, My Shower Door. My Shower Door has made the Inc. 5000 fastest growing businesses in the United States for the 6th time. And because of that growth, My Shower Door needs more teammates. My Shower Door is a family business making frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida with a staff of 130 plus. So if you're ready to join the championship team, check out the jobs careers link at myshowerdor.com.
Sales department, Marty speaking.
Marty?
Yeah, what?
You won't believe who's in our showroom.
Who?
Santa's here at Victory Lane Chevrolet in Fort Myers.
Santa?
Yes.
From the North Pole?
Yeah, the big guy. He's here trading in his sleigh for a new Chevy.
Okay, why?
Well, Victory Lane pays over KBB for trades. Way over. Plus, he marked every Chevy with a red tag for an additional $500 off.
Hey, tell Santa to come here.
He won't, because there's a Grinch in your showroom.
Where is it?
Look in the mirror.
Oh, boy.
Don't miss the Chevy Red Tag event at Victory Lane Chevrolet. Get 2.49% financing and no payments for up to 120 days on every new Chevy in stock. Plus our goal, 100% credit approval. Don't miss the Chevy Red Tag event happening now at Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Find new roads. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com. All offers credit to GM. Offers cannot be combined. See dealer for details. It's 12/31/21.
Youthful, energetic, happy, sexual, strong, physical, no fear. Taking the bull by the horns.
Old, tired, joint aches, overweight, wrinkled, depressed, sex. I remember what that was.
In men, low testosterone can lead to muscle loss, extra body fat, fatigue, depression, and erectile dysfunction. In women, hormonal imbalance can similarly cause extra fat around your middle and thighs, lack of desire, feminine dryness, and exhaustion. Suboptimal hormone levels are associated with the development of disease states like osteoporosis, heart disease, and stroke. At Neogenics, we specialize in testosterone, growth hormone promoters, bioidentical hormones, and nutritional programs designed to correct these imbalances and make you feel revitalized. See why patients from across the country are coming to Neogenics and take the first step to feeling great again. Call Neogenics for a free consultation at 277-9999 or find us online at neogenicmd.com. That's 277-9999. Neogenics, rediscover your youth.
92.5 Fox News.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Duncan. Duncan is in Naples. Hello, Duncan.
Good morning, Drew.
Good morning, Duncan. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. For questions on politics, the more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you get a PhD, and your associate's degree question search starts right now. Duncan, do you remember in 2000, George W. Bush wins the presidency of the United States, right?
Yes.
Okay, so who was the president before him?
Oh, boy. Bill Clinton.
That is correct, sir. All right. So you got an associate's, see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. What do we call the first 10 amendments to the Constitution?
The Bill of Rights.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. How many Supreme Court justices are there?
9.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. All right, I'll give it.
Ask an easy one, Drew. Ask an easy one, please.
Ask an easy one. What is your name? No, that's not fair. All right, let's see. What's the name of our national anthem? What is it called?
The Star-Spangled Banner.
That is correct, sir. Well, look at you. You begged me for it, and you got the easy one. And congratulations, you got a PhD today on Drew's College. Were you worried? Is there somebody in the house that you're worried? You're trying to impress someone in the house. Is that it?
Yes, my wife.
Is she sitting next to you right now?
No, she's still asleep.
She's still asleep. So how is she going to know that you did this? Are you? You'll get the PhD, but I guess that's what it is. It'll just you'll have it one day, and you'll just be look, and she'll say, "Where did you get that?" And you'll say, "I played Drew's College," and she'll say, "No, you didn't." She'll say, "Yes, I did," and you were sleeping, and then because if you're sleeping, we don't know if it actually happened. Well, hold the line. Stay there, Duncan. Congratulations. Stay there on the line, okay?
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window, and we would like to manufacture and install your windows. Only New South offers true factory direct windows to you. Only New South has award-winning windows that are made and designed specifically for our Florida weather. Every single New South window is custom manufactured just for your home. These are high-performance, energy-efficient windows, and now you can buy 2 windows and get the third absolutely free. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com or call for your factory direct pricing.
Call now, 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Whether you run your local bookstore or the neighborhood boutique that everyone loves, small businesses like yours make gift giving possible. Now, Comcast Business has a gift for you. Introducing the Gift of Savings Sale. For a limited time, ask how to get our best deal of the year on a gig bundle. You can get a $650 prepaid card when you switch to Comcast Business, the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. That's $650 to spend on whatever your business needs. You could even reward your team for another big year. Or if you want another way to save, you can also get started with internet and voice for $35 each a month when you buy both with a 2-year price guarantee. So give your business the gift of savings today. Comcast Business, powering possibilities. Offer ends 1/2/22. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details.
You have a mission. It's no collision. Hold the phone. Don't text. You're angling to be next. Brothers and sisters, you won't see it coming. You're off the road. Your life explodes. It's not worth it. Don't do it. You only think there's nothing to it. Put it down, hang up, pay attention to highway action. Behind the wheel, there is no such thing as a small distraction. Join the conversation at decidetodrive.org, a public service message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
We're so glad you set your radio right here. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
More cases, more deaths. I'm Chris Foster, Fox News. More than 10,000 Americans are reported to have died of COVID-19 over the last week, with more than 2 million cases reported.
The U.S. added more than 489,000 COVID-19 infections in the past 24 hours, along with more than 2,100 deaths, according to Johns Hopkins. Globally, starting tomorrow, masks will have to be worn outdoors in Paris for those 12 and up. Those who don't face a fine of about $150. And England's national health system is bracing for a rise in COVID cases, setting up surge hubs at 8 hospitals. In the UK, about 58% of those 12 and up have gotten a booster shot. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
A sentencing date has not been announced yet for Ghislaine Maxwell. She could get up to 65 years in prison for sex trafficking and other crimes she's now convicted of in New York federal court. She's been in custody since July 2020, accused of finding and grooming girls to be accused by her friend Jeffrey Epstein. He was found dead in his cell awaiting trial in 2019. A teenage boy is wanted for triple murder in Texas.
Garland police are looking for 14-year-old Abel Elias Acosta, saying he opened fire in a gas station convenience store Sunday night, killing 3 teenagers and wounding another. Information about juvenile suspects is not usually disclosed, but police say a court authorized the release due to the nature of the offense and potential risk to the public. Acosta faces charges of capital murder. Authorities initially took a different 14-year-old boy into custody but released him without charge Tuesday based on new information. Police identified the boy's father, Richard Acosta Jr., as the getaway driver in the shooting. The 33-year-old turned himself in Monday after seeing himself on the news. Steve Rappaport, Fox News.
A man accused of killing 5 people in a mass shooting in and around Denver Monday is believed to have written self-published novels under a pseudonym where people with the real-life names of some of his victims were killed in similar attacks. The suspect was killed in a shootout with police by an officer he'd shot in the abdomen. She is expected to recover after surgery. America's listening to Fox News.
This news update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
A very foggy start if you're out on the roads in Cape Coral this morning. Florida Highway Patrol issuing travel advisories for Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties. So if you are out there, use extra caution because visibility is low. Not seeing any significant delays to impact your morning drive throughout the Cape. Main slowdowns I'm seeing Del Prado Boulevard, pretty much north and southbound. Anything north of the Midpoint Bridge is where you're going to see those slowdowns. The most congestion I'm seeing, though, Andalusia Boulevard, speeds around 25 miles an hour. We are kind of in the orange, not the red zone, but definitely an orange slowdown situation. Other than that, though, should be an easy commute throughout the Cape wherever you're going this morning. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a foggy start this morning, the fog will lift way as we head throughout the remainder of the morning, and certainly as we head towards the afternoon, revealing a mostly sunny sky and another warm day. Highs back to 84 degrees for today. We keep it a mainly clear sky and dry conditions as we head into your Thursday evening. Friday morning featuring some additional fog to start the day, looking mostly sunny throughout the afternoon for your Friday with a high of 85 degrees. New Year's Eve plans Friday night looking great, mostly clear. Temperatures cooling back into the 60s as we head into your Saturday morning, with warm weather persisting as we head into the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Looking for 92.5 Fox News online? Big news. You'll be all set when you go to rightallalong.net.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Donate your car today with 1-877 Cars for Kids. We're a recognized 501c3 charity organization, so you'll receive a maximum tax deduction. What's more, you'll receive a vacation voucher of 3 days and 2 nights. Also on the web at carsforkids.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2021.
Duncan's Diamonds After Christmas Sale, where you'll find unbelievable diamonds and fine jewelry at huge savings. Going on right now at Duncan's Diamonds. Incredible savings on fine jewelry and sparkling diamonds. Come see this enormous selection of engagement rings and wedding bands, diamond earrings, bracelets, and necklaces. Amazing savings. When selecting your diamonds and fine jewelry, you absolutely want them to be perfect. Why settle for anything less than the best? For top quality and exceptional value, visit Duncan's Diamonds today and save. It's the perfect time to shop Duncan's Diamonds with our great layaway plans. And we're open New Year's Day for your convenience. Come and celebrate your love with us and go into the new year with more sparkle. Don't miss Duncan's Diamonds After Christmas Sale. Happy New Year from all of us at Duncan's Diamonds. In Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
Dr. Svetlana Kogan here, a board-certified internal medicine concierge physician on 5th Avenue South in Naples. Many of you wonder what holistic practice is. Well, good health is like a puzzle. It depends on how you perceive yourself, your environment, what you eat, your relationships, and lifestyle. It takes time and skill for the doctor to put these pieces of the puzzle together for you and come up with solutions customized to your specific needs. Holistic doctors believe that less medication is better and use preventive approach to keep you out of harm's way. This is also a concierge practice. Every patient gets my email and cell phone for emergencies and can be seen the same day if necessary. You are seen by me personally, and we take all the time that you need. You can visit my website, customlongevity.com. That's customlongevity.com to learn about how I, Dr. Svetlana Kogan, can help you feel healthy and balanced again.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Thank you for waking us all up out here, for all you do.
Thank you for giving us a voice.
For being out there and helping to keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for your support for veterans in the military. Educating us. Standing up for conservatism. Giving us the truth.
Daybreak with Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. That is the talk and text line. We stream live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele as 3 E's. Thank you for watching, subscribing to the podcast, and subscribing to our channel on Rumble to keep us going and to watch the program. We do appreciate you. Hey, did we get any updates yet on this story out of Naples? A man hospitalized after being bitten by a tiger at the Naples Zoo. When I woke up this morning, I saw this story. I couldn't believe it. For a lot of different reasons, the way it's written about in the on the Wink News website. A person taken into Lee Memorial being attacked by a tiger. According to a statement from the zoo, a man was cleaning in an unauthorized area when the tiger attacked him. And Collier County Sheriff's deputies were talking with a few of the zoo's employees. There on the scene, they said that the man, believed in his 20s, was either petting or feeding the tiger when it grabbed his arm and pulled him into the enclosure. Now, according to this story at Wink, and according to what the Naples Zoo, their statement, what they sent out, they said that it was a third-party cleaning service. They're there to do the restroom and the gift shop. That's it. The restrooms and the gift shop. Nobody says you go into animal enclosures. I don't think that... Well, let's just put it this way. Who thought it would be okay to clean out the animal enclosure? Is that what they were even thinking at the time? Preliminary information indicates that the man was either petting or feeding the animal. It says both of which are unauthorized and dangerous. You would imagine at this point, and maybe as someone, listen, and this is a horrible story. I guess the tiger was shot, the tiger's killed. But again, a horrible story, but how in the world did this person at all think that that somehow this was a good idea? They couldn't believe, there's no way that the zoo was going to say anything about them cleaning the enclosure. There's no way. So just a horrible story. But I didn't know if we had any more information. All we have is from what's here. Jake, you haven't heard anything more on this story, right? I mean, that's pretty much it for right now. Yeah, because I haven't.
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything more. All right. 239-479-5592. All right, moving on to some other stories. You know, it was many people have been worried about the cognitive abilities of the president of the United States. Many people have been worried about where we are going with this president and what we may see as we move ahead into 22. You know, it's a great thing that we have an election year coming up. It's a great thing that we have the opportunity to vote for Governor DeSantis for re-election once again to keep us solid here in the state of Florida. Can you imagine if Andrew Gillum were the governor? It was only this close. My fingers are thinly spread apart if you're watching at rumble.com. This close to possibly being the case. And what kind of condition we would be in as a state. And on a federal level, that we have the re-election of a lot of really good conservatives that have been in the House of Representatives, some people that are certainly working hard there, and what we might be able to see after 22. Listen, when we're looking at some of the numbers, the terrible numbers that we have right now on inflation, gas prices up 58%, car rentals 37%, propane's up 34%, energy's up 33%, used cars 31%, pork's up 16%, beef and veal up 20%. I can go on and on how inflation is affecting everyone right now. It is an economic crisis that Joe Biden has created. So after a 22 election, I guess all we can do is kind of help to stop some of this bleeding that has been the cash, the money that has been spent, or that the administration wants to spend with the Build Back Broke plan. But it's going to be a while before anything is going to be able to turn around right now. It's going to be a while. And certainly we're going to have to deal with this president and the worries about his cognitive abilities and some of the things that many people have pointed out. Even on CNN, they were pointing out that Joe Biden became confused when talking about COVID test kits and called them pills instead after correcting himself. That Terry Moran from ABC was calling him drained of energy or vitality. He lacking physical, mental, or moral vigor. Democrat politicians see the writing on the wall. They see all of this. And so does Representative Lauren Boebert, Republican of Colorado, who yesterday in a tweet managed to troll not only the president but Democrats when asking, hey, it's almost the end of 21 and I've yet to see Biden mobilize true international pressure like he promised. What's the holdup? You know what we're talking about, right, Jake? Because Joe Biden said he was going to mobilize the true into the pressure, and we haven't seen it yet. It's a
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
Yeah. And, the left of the Twitterverse went crazy, and they were really upset about that and going after Lauren Boebert for even putting that out there in a tweet, not even understanding or even knowing what she was talking about. Because they don't do that. They're not listening to or hearing any of those things. They're just quick to go after any Republican that's going to go after the president, especially the freshman class that they don't like very much. But again, I bring this up, that part tongue in cheek. But the serious part about, what we're going to be able to do. How much are we going to be able to do even after 22, maybe even into 24? Like, what are we going to be able to do to pull back inflation? To kind of help with some of what we're seeing, these the concerns about gas prices, even that has been discussed. Where was it, on CNBC yesterday? The dude from Gas Buddy. There's a guy that works at Gas Buddy is a guy. He's a buddy.
Absolutely, we're starting to see prices revert in some states as the Omicron fears subside. Oil prices starting to pick up momentum. Not a surprise. Another repeat, really, of 2021, in which we start very quietly. Like a lamb, and we may see a lion come out in March or April as gas prices tend to go up every year by 25 to 75 cents a gallon between winter lows and springtime peaks. And I think that's a recipe that could see the national average eclipse that $4 a gallon mark as early as April or May.
That is not the news that everybody wants to hear.
That's not the news everybody wants to hear. Easily, he said, $5 a gallon gas next year. Like, when is this going to end? How does all of this end? We know that there is a tangible turning point with a lot of different issues. We talked about this earlier. The importance of, for example, the turning point that an election can bring when things are tangible. When the Wall Street Journal writes an article about Hispanic voters in the Pennsylvania city known as Reading, Pennsylvania, shifting towards the GOP, both parties want to know why, and the answer is simple. According to the people that they have interviewed, that they've looked at the numbers there, the social constraints that were once a barrier to voting Republican have eroded in large part because the strong economy during much of Donald Trump's term, and that caused many Latino voters to give the party a second look. In other words, when everybody was saying the Democrats were just going to vote Democrat, that's just the way it is, when you actually look at the individuals, instead of doing what the left and Democrats do and putting people in boxes and saying this is how you're going, you go in this box, you go in this box, you're going to vote this way, you're going to go, no. When you actually ask them as people and say what is tangible to you, tangible to everybody, it doesn't make a difference who you are in this country. Lower gas prices, less regulations, not paying the kind of prices we're paying when it comes to inflation at the grocery store, jobs, and all the things that we knew back then that we're not seeing now. The point is that these things are tangible, and elections should play out this way, where the tangible comes into play. And that's how that's going to change, right? So the election. When it comes to some of what we learned yesterday, we talked a little bit about it here in the state of Florida, the Florida Surgeon General going after the Biden administration for a very good reason. Why has the Biden administration prevented the distribution of monoclonal antibody treatments in the state of Florida? He was on, the Florida Surgeon General was on Tucker Carlson's show last night to talk about this. Like, why did this happen? Why are they doing it right now? Why did he have to send a letter to Javier Becerra, the U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services, over this recent decision by the department limiting Florida's availability to receive specific monoclonal antibody therapy treatments? Like, why are they doing this?
You know, that's a great question, and I don't know the answer to it. What I do know is that it was a terrible decision. I mean, it's actually a decision. You have a situation right now around the country where you're in the middle of a surge, and unfortunately, there's a lot of fear and panic out in the community again. And it's not all Omicron. So there's still a lot of Delta variant out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of Delta variant out there. Like how much to be exact? Just in case you didn't know, 20% of the COVID cases right now in the southern U.S. are Delta. So why are you doing this? If the reason is not because, well, we don't have enough. There's a lot of cases all over the country. There's not enough to go around. No, that's not the problem. So if that's not the problem, then why are they doing this if not politics? That's where elections come in once again. And when you have a situation like this, you start to see people either working things out with their vote or working things out with their feet. Like the great pandemic migration that is happening right now. The Wall Street Journal had an article on this. Pandemic has changed American ways in many ways. And one major change is the migration from states that locked down their economies and schools the most to those that kept them largely open. Where are they going, everybody? You know where they're coming. They're coming here. Texas added 382,000 new residents, including 211,000 from other states. Florida gained 242,000 in population as 263,000 people from other states flooded in. Our population growth here in the state would have been greater if not for the high number of the issue of deaths early on with the older population going on not here, I'm sorry, but across other places around the country. The high number of COVID deaths was just a result of the older population. So the thinking was the numbers would have even been greater if not for the deaths in places like New York and California, where they had residents that were dying, maybe possibly being put back into nursing homes when they shouldn't have been. But that was the governor's decision. But he gets away with that. But we don't even want to talk about that issue. But the whole thing is that we would have had even more people here if not for the COVID deaths, a result of the older population. From high taxing states to low taxing states, right here. Look, they're tracking this and they see this. People are using their feet to make those decisions as well, to get away from all of this. And these are the tactics. These are the states that believe that they need to double and triple down on this because it's a winning proposition. You know, you got it. Which is what they're going to do. The Democrats somehow feel like this is a good thing. That they'll continue to do what are restrictions, pandemic restrictions, lockdowns. There are a few governors in some states that are questioning this. Who is it? A GOP representative in North Carolina was mentioning that that Fauci's vaccine-only approach has certainly cost lives, and a lot of people have talked about that as well. That the focus on the vaccine since day one, as opposed to looking at the vaccine and also dealing with therapeutics like what the Florida Surgeon General was discussing on Tucker Carlson's show last night, and the importance of having these.
And you take away an effective treatment for Delta variant. So it completely baffles me. It absolutely makes no sense, and it makes me wonder about who's running the agency, because someone with a clinical background would never make this decision.
Yeah, they wouldn't make that decision. So why in the world are they doing that? And then, of course, the one thing that is important and was asked yesterday. So if you have the Florida Surgeon General who is saying we are being prevented from receiving life-saving monoclonal antibody treatments here in the state, does that mean that he's concerned about the possibility that we could see more deaths in the state? Because Delta's still here, everybody.
Well, yes. I mean, the bottom line is that if people need a treatment, and actually, you know, there's an even better example than Florida. There's the whole country. So there's been evidence for monoclonal antibodies and other treatments that people can take outside of a hospital for COVID. for at least a year. And this includes fluvoxamine, it includes inhaled budesonide. There are randomized clinical trials, good evidence. Ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine are more controversial, but they've been so politicized that it's just hard to see what the science is actually saying. But these have been available for over a year. And so, yes, if you deprive people of treatment, it's the tragedy of this pandemic. If you deprive people of treatment, they're more likely to get severely ill. And that's unfortunately the model that the leadership in this country at the public health level has stuck to.
It's pretty hard to believe. So hopefully that will change. There are a lot of good people that are looking at this and are doing what they can to try to make a change with that decision. Because we would pray that it's not a decision made strictly on politics. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's you can watch. You can subscribe to our Rumble channel as well. We appreciate it. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
Despite the temperature outside, the most wonderful time of the year is here. As Conditioned Air's 60th anniversary approaches, we're thankful for another holiday season serving Southwest Florida. Our team has been installing and maintaining air conditioning units since 1962, and we're looking forward to 2022. 60 years of keeping Southwest Florida cool. Happy New Year from the team at Conditioned Air. 1-888-CODE-AIR or online at conditionedair.com. License number CAC 1819590.
This holiday season, Gulf Shore Life is the gift they'll love every month. Give a subscription to Gulf Shore Life magazine. Text GIFT to 239-498-8500 now, and you'll also get a free Gulf Shore Life tote bag. Text GIFT to 239-498-8500. This year, give the gift of paradise with Gulf Shore Life magazine. Text GIFT to 239-498-8500.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at GoodDealsAppliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, 239-479-5592. Jake, are you ready to go for New Year's? You got your New Year's Eve plans in place, Jake? What are you going to be doing? Are you going to be doing anything exciting? What does a millennial do for 4th of July? I'm saying that because I was reminded of how many fireworks there have been just in the past couple of weeks. I had no idea that on Christmas night there would be fireworks. Did you notice that there were fireworks like Christmas night?
Yeah, we had quite a few in our neighborhood as well. So.
When did that start? That was news to me. That's why I brought up the 4th of July. And they've got fireworks on Christmas. So is that what it is? Is it New Year's? You're going to do your own fireworks? Is that what you do?
Is that what I'm going to do? I have no idea what I'm doing.
Okay. All right. I'm not asking you like that to hang out or anything. I know you've got your own world over there. It's a pretty sweet world you got going on. By the way. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so that's good. So you've got you'll have some fun plans, I'm sure, lined up for New Year's Eve.
I hope so.
Okay. Just trying to share that with the audience. That's all. There were people that were asking me, "What's Jake doing for New Year's?" I was like, I have no idea. I'm shooting off fireworks, I assume. Isn't that what millennials do? That's not what millennials do. I mean, somebody asked. That's it. All right.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
If you're a guy who's been feeling sluggish, not sleeping well, your desire for intimacy isn't what you or your partner have been desiring, then we're here to help you. We are Men's Health Partners. We've been part of this community for years. We've helped thousands of men return to their youthful self and get that mojo back. It's what we do, and we're very, very proud of our success. Our licensed physicians are excited to give you the sensation of a new man. We have the latest treatment options for all types of conditions like ED, low testosterone, and Peyronie's disease to make you feel young and strong again. To book online or learn more, go to menshealthpartners.com. If you or someone you know is dealing with one or more of these issues, learn more at menshealthpartners.com.
To speak with a care professional immediately, call 317-7777 or menshealthpartners.com. 317-7777.
Get up and go now, so you can go tonight.
Hey, it's Drew Steele here with my good friend Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And I'm hearing some sounds, Dave. I'm hearing some sounds back there. What's going on?
What is that beeping sound?
Bella, that's the Cortec truck backing up. This is a special truck.
Why is it so special?
Because it's the millionth square foot of Cortec we bought this year is on that truck.
Oh, that makes sense. Why do you buy so much Cortec?
Because we sell a lot of Cortec.
Oh, Papa, that makes sense.
Dave, hold on. 1 million square feet of Cortec. How in the world do you do that?
Well, we got to sell a lot, and we buy a lot, and Cortec is a great product. It's our #1 seller.
You got to visit the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples next to Costco on Naples Boulevard, or you can visit them at floormeisters.com, and you got to say hi to Bella.
Hi, Merry Christmas.
Encore Luxury Cabinets and Design staff have been designing award-winning kitchens and baths for nearly 50 years. Now Encore is proud to offer Foster Appliances, a sophisticated line of chef-grade handmade Italian products just perfect for the home chef and all of us. Encore Luxury Cabinets and Design is proud to be a select area dealer for these hand-built appliances that are in many ways superior to other brand-name high-end cooking appliances. Since 1975, Foster has created top-of-the-line cooktops, ovens, ranges, hoods, sinks, and faucets for residential and commercial use. Their attention to detail and unique accessories enhance the cooking experience, making them a preferred supplier to luxury resorts such as the Ritz-Carlton. Call Encore at 239-331-5287 to schedule a demonstration of their expanded Naples showroom, or visit EncoreCabinetDesign.com for inspirational cabinet designs and appliances for your new home or remodeling project.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
A very foggy start if you're out on the roads in Cape Coral this morning. Florida Highway Patrol issuing travel advisories for Lee, Collier, and Charlotte counties. So if you are out there, use extra caution because visibility is low. Not seeing any significant delays to impact your morning drive throughout the Cape. Main slowdowns I'm seeing Del Prado Boulevard, pretty much north and southbound. Anything north of the Midpoint Bridge is where you're going to see those slowdowns. The most congestion I'm seeing, though, Andalusia Boulevard, speeds around 25 miles an hour. We are kind of in the orange, not the red zone, but definitely an orange slowdown situation. Other than that, though, should be an easy commute throughout the Cape wherever you're going this morning. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Taylor Wirtz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a foggy start this morning, the fog will lift away as we head throughout the remainder of the morning, and certainly as we head towards the afternoon, revealing a mostly sunny sky and another warm day. Highs back to 84 degrees for today. We keep it a mainly clear sky and dry conditions as we head into your Thursday evening. Friday morning featuring some additional fog to start the day, looking mostly sunny throughout the afternoon for your Friday with a high of 85 degrees. New Year's Eve plans Friday night looking great, mostly clear. Temperatures cooling back into the 60s as we head into your Saturday morning, with warm weather persisting as we head into the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomato's Sports Page. Do you feel American pride and want to shout, God bless America? As a son of immigrants who came through Ellis Island, I stand when the national anthem plays and get emotional thinking of those who have sacrificed for America's greatness. At Stevie's, we're filled with gratitude for our great customers and the country we live in. The firemen, police, emergency service, construction workers, and those who go about each day providing the foundation for our country. We love our customers and express our gratitude with our food, service, and value. Thankful for your dedication for what you do. And to all our great customers, show your love for this great country by going to any Stevie's. Stand at the bar and say loud and clear for all to hear, God bless America, and I'll buy you a 10-ounce beer. Restrictions apply in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. God bless America.
Stevie Tomatoes, Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports. For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau from D.R. Martineau Roofing. As you and your families gather together for the holidays, the D.R. Martineau family wants to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. D.R. Martineau Roofing. Integrity, knowledge, service.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
What if I told you that I had the solution to ending abortion? Since 1974, Community Pregnancy Clinics strives to do just that. I'm Scott Beyer, proud CEO of Community Pregnancy Clinics. We're a life-affirming medical organization throughout Florida, providing real crisis pregnancy solutions. With over 20,000 lives saved since our beginning, 7 clinics across the state, Community Pregnancy Clinics is the largest provider of free pro-life pregnancy care in Florida. How do we do this? By providing care, compassion, and choices with our professional medical staff. By supporting Community Pregnancy Clinics at supportcpci.com, you're declaring women deserve better than the lie of abortion. You're funding real, life-affirming services, helping women build a brighter future and saving their babies. This is how we can end abortion, one life at a time. This Christmas season, I ask you to support a woman in crisis with a generous donation by visiting supportcpci.com. There's no greater gift than that of knowing you helped to save a life. Visit supportcpci.com today.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's no need to panic. You didn't miss it yet. Sutherland Nissan's $8,000 buyback is here through Monday, and then it's gone for good. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral and get $8,000 more for your vehicle than it's worth. And just announced, Florida's #1 certified pre-owned dealer has what you want. Shop our biggest selection ever. Get new car nice and a used car price with 2020 and 2021 Rogues in stock. Hurry to Sutherland and shop over $6 million of used car inventory. And through Monday only, $8,000 more for your trade. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral, your used car mega store. Online at flnissan.com. If you don't shop Sutherland, you'll pay too much.
Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Cape Coral inventory combined. See dealer for details.
Duncan's Diamonds After Christmas Sale, where you'll find unbelievable diamonds and fine jewelry at huge savings. Going on right now at Duncan's Diamonds. Incredible savings on fine jewelry and sparkling diamonds. Come see this enormous selection of engagement rings and wedding bands, diamond earrings, bracelets, and necklaces. Amazing savings. When selecting your diamonds and fine jewelry, you absolutely want them to be perfect. Why settle for anything less than the best? For top quality and exceptional value, visit Duncan's Diamonds today and save. It's the perfect time to shop Duncan's Diamonds with our great layaway plans. And we're open New Year's Day for your convenience. Come and celebrate your love with us and go into the new year with more sparkle. Don't miss Duncan's Diamonds after Christmas sale. Happy New Year from all of us at Duncan's Diamonds. In Fort Myers on US 41 and the Gulf Coast Town Center and Naples at Mercado.
From Drew to Trey and all through the day, we get it right from morning till night. Drew Steele gets you up on the right side of the bed with live and local talk every morning starting at 6. Then it's Glenn Beck at 9, Clay Travis and Buck Sexton at noon, Sean Hannity at 3, and Trey Radel with The Drive at 5. From Drew to Trey and all through the day, we get it right from morning till night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. All right, Jake, let's do it. It is time right now for the top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
With all of that science together, we moved forward with isolation recommendations of 5 days of isolation followed by 5 days in a mask. Now, the question of why we didn't include a test there is simply because we know that PCRs can stay positive for up to 12 weeks.
Wait. Excuse me? So the CDC just dropped this. Rochelle Walensky, the CDC director, saying that, so we changed the guidelines, from 10-day quarantine to 5-day quarantine and everything. And by the way, you don't have to test afterwards, after the 5 days. What's up with the testing? Why don't we have to? Well, because we found out that the PCR test can stay positive for up to 12 weeks. Wait a minute. How long did you know that that's the case? And I got a lot of questions coming up on that, and not the least of which is, hey, are some rules going to be changed because of this? Maybe that's something that we should discuss.
Number 4.
Look, the reality of the situation is, back in August, when Joe Biden was looking at the success of monoclonal antibodies that were being distributed in Florida, he pulled back our stockpiles and our shipments that we were getting. He wasn't even thinking about those treatments until we used them in Florida. So the question for the administration is, what have you been doing for the past 4.5 months?
What have you been doing for the past 4.5 months? Our Congressman Byron Donalds talking about how Florida has been handling the pandemic compared to other states. And he was on Fox yesterday. And again, this talk about the concerns about the monoclonal antibodies, the shipments that we find out that the Florida Surgeon General wrote a letter to Health and Human Services saying, why is it that you're not sending them to us anymore? What is going on here? We still have Delta that we have to deal with in the state. And listen, monoclonals and the like, and some of the things we've been able to do here. What has this administration been doing all this time when it comes to therapy?
Number 3.
I can't think of one good thing that President Biden has done for this country in his first year in office. Unless, of course, I had to have a vaccination to enter in all of those countries. I've had 4 COVID tests in the last 7 days. And so the Biden administration is taking, I believe, safe steps to keep the American people safe.
Okay, that is one person, one congresswoman, Representative Nancy Mace, a South Carolina Republican. You might call her a rhino. With 2 different messages on Fox News saying, I can't think of one thing that Biden's doing good, doing well. Then she goes on to CNN and saying, hey, I think he's doing all right. Everything is pretty good. How do you change the messaging from CNN to Fox News? How do you do that? Well, you do that by being a rhino, and we do something else. We make sure that she doesn't stay in office very long. Can we get somebody else in there, please?
Number 2.
The purpose of it is that given the wave, the extraordinary, unprecedented wave of infections that we are experiencing now and will certainly experience more of in the next few weeks, that there is the danger that there will be so many people who are being isolated, who are asymptomatic for the full 10 days, that you could have a major negative impact on our ability to keep society running.
Wait a minute. Is that Dr. Fauci saying that on second thought, hey, maybe when we isolate people, when we hold them in quarantine for a super long time, that maybe society kind of starts to crumble, falls apart, that we can't keep people, let's just say, locked down? Otherwise, is he really starting to think about that now? Where were you the past 2 years, Dr. Fauci?
Number one. Well, my first thoughts have to do with the victims in this case and the survivors, I should call them. That this is testifying in a criminal case and then having a jury believe you is one of the most healthy, therapeutic, and cathartic things that can happen to a victim of a sex crime, especially the women who have tried to find justice for decades against these animals, because that's what they are. They are animals. When you're a predator and you're a pedophile and you're enticing young women, or at least entering into a conspiracy to transport them and to commit sex trafficking of minors, then you are no better than an animal.
That is Judge Jeanine Pirro reacting to the Ghislaine Maxwell verdict of guilty charges in Maxwell's sex trafficking trial late yesterday. But there was a couple of other things that she also said that I wanted to touch on. That is our number one clip on the 5 at 8:35. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. Yeah, I wanted to have her play the rest of that audio and continue on the comments. In case you missed it, guilty of sex trafficking, conspiring to entice minors, 6 felony counts related to her activities in procuring underage girls for Jeffrey Epstein. And she was found guilty on 5 out of the 6. But there are some questions, and Judge Jeanine did mention this yesterday. Let's play this clip here.
This is the kind of case that not only sends a message, but what is most important right now is sitting down the United States attorney and trying to figure out who are the other men who these young girls were in a position or were forced to service.
That is the big question right now. Because here you have a guilty verdict, which it should be. There is no doubt. But there are some questions that do remain after this. Because I'm just telling you that right now, that's it. As far as the media is concerned, it's case closed. That's it. It is done. Guilty is charged. That will be the end of it. Or will it be, as she continues?
And that's the next case, and that's the next prong. And let me say one thing, and I was very vocal about this a while ago. Alexander Acosta was the United States attorney in the Southern District of Florida who took the case against Jeffrey Epstein away from him when the local DA had the case and they had 13 young women willing to testify. And the feds came in and took the case, and Jeffrey Epstein got away with it. It would have ended there, but it didn't because of politics. So what you're seeing now is politics, big money, and now finally it's coming crashing down.
Politics and big money. Well, do the politics and big money still play into this? Because she's talking about how it comes crashing down with this guilty verdict, Ghislaine Maxwell. But what about the rest of this story, if you will? Because there's a lot more here. Stood trial for 6 federal offenses for conduct spanning from 1994 to 2004. It goes on in the counts that everybody has probably heard about in this case. But the one thing that people can't get away from yet is something that's very important, which is, where are the names? Who are the people that were involved? Why is it that we don't get to see or hear unless there's going to be an opportunity for Ghislaine Maxwell to make a statement? Apparently, the talk right now is that she might be doing an interview. Was it ABC News? Was that the talk, that she would do an interview with ABC News? I mean, is that a possibility? That she may end up doing an interview and maybe want to sing as it goes. It's one of those things that people are looking at, but I don't think that's going to happen. But the point here is one that can't be missed. We are constantly hearing about leaks. We constantly hear about people talking. We constantly hear when it comes to criminal cases lately in all kinds of different ways. Kyle Rittenhouse and other cases, you can go right down the line where there's always someone who's trying to get information, somebody who's trying to get some things leaked out there to the press. But yet this case is done. As far as many people see and are concerned, well, what's the problem, Drew? What we've done? What do you mean? Well, we've got 20,000 images that have been taken out of the home of Epstein in the past in Manhattan. Multiple hard drives, CDR drives, all kinds of audio, video, pictures that are now going to be sealed. The judge is sealing all of this. We can't find out who is involved with all of this. Some of the names that might be uncomfortable to find out. Uncomfortable, maybe a little worse than that. So people have asked, this is not, they're not covering anything up, right? That's not what this is it? It seems almost unbelievable, but as Judge Janine was talking about, do we get to find out who's next? What are some of the other names? Do we get to find out some of the names that are out there? It's pretty convenient. The Southern District can find a way to get sealed documents from Project Veritas. Illegally seized attorney-client communications, sent them over to the New York Times. You're telling me that we can't get details somehow on the network that Epstein had? To a media that probably, would they love nothing more than to put all of that out? But again, how many things get put aside in this case that we don't get to find out and we don't get to hear about because justice is being served. It should be. Guilty was the right charge. There's no doubt about it. It's a horrific crime. But again, isn't there more that we need to know about? And whether or not there'll be something out there that we will find out. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching, subscribing to our Rumble channel. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along. And let's find out what's happening with the remainder of a forecast for today that's looking pretty good. Who's got the forecast? Who's over there, Jake?
Casey Sherman.
It's Casey Sherman.
Well, after some fog this morning, look for that lifting out and revealing a mostly sunny sky for this afternoon. A warm one for today. Temperatures will be